got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz.
Hey.
Nigga, what's up? How gangsta are you, cuz? I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me.
Whoop.
I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me. I go
hard, cuz. Hey, everyone. I hope you guys are doing okay today. Happy Thursday. This week has gone by so fast. I'm not late. I was just letting y'all know earlier that I was going to be streaming because sometimes people are like, oh, I want advance notice. So I tried. But for some reason, it wasn't showing the time that I was planning on coming. But welcome, you guys. I've missed y'all. When I tell you guys, I had an awesome weekend last weekend for my youngest son's birthday. He is officially 20. I'm like, I cannot believe I have two children in their 20s. Like, that is crazy. Like, my baby is 20 years old. So I took him and my oldest to Detroit, and we met up with some of my tea sippers. So shout out to Boosie, Janisa. Shout out to Michael and Adam and Shatara. I had a wonderful time. When I tell you, bitch, Detroit don't owe me nothing, okay? People have been trying to get me to go to Detroit for years. First of all, let me say this. I didn't know that I had that many Detroit tea sippers that followed me. Like, when I said that I was in Detroit in my last video when I had filmed it at that Airbnb, it was some people in the comments talking about, what up, though? Because I guess that's how people say, you know, what's up or hi in Detroit. Like, what up, though? And then it was a lot of 313s. I'm like, where did y'all come? Y'all are so quiet. I did not know I had that many people in Detroit that watched me. You know, I even ran into, I forget her name, very sweet lady that was at the restaurant that we went to. It was like this Southern restaurant. Very sweet. And she was one of the waitresses there, and she recognized me. I was like, you know who I am? She was like, yeah, you're lovely, T. So I didn't know I had a little fan base in Detroit, honey. Okay, so shout out to the Midwest. When I tell you, people have been trying to get me to go to Detroit for years, but I'm just like, I don't know nothing about Detroit, but that rapper Trick, or I don't know if he's a man. I don't know. You got to check him with Trick, and Eminem, and 8 Mile. That's really like all I've really known about Detroit. And, you know, Detroit does get a bad reputation, you know, because they did, like, you know, go through a lot of economic issues and abandoned homes and stuff. But they are really revitalizing Detroit. And y'all's Riverwalk area, I mean, that is as beautiful as like a downtown Chicago. Like, I was just impressed. Like, when I tell you, I have no complaints. The food was good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a big Arab community. There's a lot of Muslims there. We went to Dearborn. Really nice people. It was very different for me, though, because, you know, I'm from the land of Somalians, honey. We might as well call Minneapolis Somaliland, okay? So when I see people in hijabs, I'm used to seeing Somalians. So it's different seeing, like, you know, a lot of, like, pale skin, you know what I'm saying, Arabs in hijabs. I'm like, oh, wow, they're not Somalian, you know what I mean? But it was cool, and I like the fact that from what I saw, it seemed like the blacks and the Arabs got along really well. And y'all, I went to the best Mediterranean restaurant there before we had left on Sunday. Lashish or something like that. I don't know, it's in Dearborn. So Michael took us, and when I tell you, the portion sizes were insane. They're like, oh, you want to add on a salad? It's an additional $2. So we're like, okay, we all added on the salad, you know, $2. So usually when you know add on a salad, it's like, you know, a little side salad. Child, that salad could have been the whole meal. I mean, huge thing of salad, fresh. That was some of the best salmon I've ever had. The shrimp. Oh my gosh, Detroit, bitch, I'm coming back. Okay, the bread, fresh and hot. They had some type of Middle Eastern garlic dip that you eat with it, and some type of tomato-based dip. I've never had it. It was so good. Like, everywhere we ate was like really good. Everybody was just friendly. And then, oh, another thing. Bitch, the man. Y'all really can dress. I mean, like, people in Detroit, y'all really put that shit on. I've never given so many men compliments on their outfit. Like, dang, brother, you look nice. Oh, wow. Okay, look at y'all. Like, I was literally stopping people. We're walking back from the Little Caesars Arena after the concert because we went to go to Drewski's comedy rap show. And it was cool. It was definitely lit. Because I know a lot of people in Canada dragged him because I guess half the rappers couldn't get across the border. So his show in Canada was trash. But the show in Detroit was lit. We had a good time. But yeah, the men and the women, but especially the men, y'all know how to put that shit on. Yeah, I mean, them damn, I don't know, Versace, shiny, highly print shirts, the hats. I'm like, okay, what in the pimps up, hoes down is going on here? Okay. And then y'all like them, what are them cars with the three wheels? Them slingshots. Y'all was deep riding in slingshot. I was just impressed. I was very, like, when I tell you, Houston, y'all couldn't pay me to go back to Houston. I've been to Houston twice. I did not like Houston. So I didn't know what to expect from Detroit, but I am going to be going back to Detroit more often. I mean, I have big old bike clubs and people just, biking around the damn Riverwalk. And then that boat, that big old Princess of Detroit, that boat was dope as hell. The food was good. I mean, I was impressed. I literally have no complaints. I was not expecting, I didn't know what to expect. So we just gonna go to Detroit. We're gonna go see, Drewski's show. I didn't know Drewski did a live show. I just thought he was just an Instagram comedian. But from the show, and I was very surprised he brought out Dej Loaf. I'm a huge Dej Loaf fan, so I was rocking out, rapping verbatim to Dej Loaf. But yeah, I don't have any complaints. Like, we had a good time. Michael really showed me around the city, and I'm very, very grateful for that. For y'all who don't know, in the Discord, that's Luther's boy. His real name is Michael. So he showed us around. Y'all renovated that train station. It was like $900 million to renovate it. Very impressed. I said, Detroit ain't playing, bitch. I might have to, give me some property or something out that way, because y'all are definitely like revitalizing the city. And it's really cool to just see that city bounce back, especially from like all the negativity. Just like the museums that y'all have, the African American History Museum, I was blown away. I've never seen anything like that. I'm not going to give it away for people who haven't been, but I mean, you will be in tears. I was blown away when we went to the slave ships, just to see everything that was there. My oldest is a history major, so anything with history he loves. So he's definitely going to come back to Detroit. Hitsville. What else? We didn't get to go to the Henry Ford Museum. We want to come back and see that. And then y'all had the Underground Railroad in Detroit. There was like a whole Underground Railroad tour. I didn't get a chance to see that because we didn't have enough time. But when I come back, I want to go to the Underground Railroad tour that's at that church across from the Little Caesars Arena. So I didn't know that the Underground Railroad was ending in Detroit, and then y'all was helping people get over to Canada. I never realized that Canada was right across the Detroit River. So that was very impressive to like see Canada on one side. Like, I didn't know it was like a border like that. So yes, Detroit is in the house. Shout out to the 313 and y'all's little bootleg Hollywood sign. It was cute. Okay, it's not Hollywood, but it was cute. The little Detroit sign off of the freeway. I'm not mad at the sign. I know GM Cash, GM Mac, I be forgetting his name. He made a little diss song about the sign, but I thought it was cute. Minneapolis needs something like that, okay? But yeah, if y'all want to go to Detroit, go to Detroit. Yeah, my oldest son loves history. I mean, I think that was the most talkative he was on the trip. I mean, the tea sippers were impressed. Like, damn, he knows a lot of shit. Like, he just, like, me and him will have whole conversations. He be schooling me on a lot of stuff, and he said that he did a DNA ancestry. I don't know. He went down his father's side. Because, we're Nigerian on our side, so we know a lot of our history, but his African-American side, so he wanted to know more about, like, his African-American side of history and stuff, and, his relatives. So he went down, like, a whole genealogy thing, and he was telling me about, like, the people on his side of the family that owned slaves, and I was very impressed. He be just telling me all types of stuff. I'm like, okay, son, all right, and what I'm saying, both sides of your family, so very, very impressed. But yeah, it was cool, man. What up, though? Like, for real, 313, I'm coming back. I don't know if I'm gonna come back in the winter because I might as well be in Minneapolis. Okay, I'm not gonna go from one cold state to another, but I definitely want to come back soon. I have no complaints whatsoever. So, y'all, if y'all can, definitely go. I know a lot of tea sippers were telling me to do my next event in Detroit. We just might. So, what I'm saying? Hold on tight. We got to see what this economy is doing, okay? We got to see what's up with this damn economy. But we might do a little shindig. Because a lot of people ask me to do stuff in the Midwest. And I did something here in my city. Y'all remember I did the big New Year's party in 2024 in Minneapolis. And it was amazing having all of y'all. Like, we had over like like close to like 80 people come in to the Twin Cities. And, I showed y'all a good old time, took y'all to the Mall of America, went to the clubs. But, Minneapolis, I don't know what's going on with our city, honey. Like, the mayor, I don't know if he thinks he's full Somali and he's running around here speaking Somali. Shout out to the mayor, Jacob Fry. They got the call to prayer going on. It's a lot of drama right now in Minneapolis. They're out here defrauding people. The Somalians are just under a microscope up here right now. I don't know what's going on with my city. They're talking about y'all not feeding the Somalian children. Y'all done scammed the taxpayers out of like $200 million. So it's a lot of drama right now in the Twin Cities. So yeah, I'm not bringing y'all up here, but maybe we'll do something in Detroit. So we'll see. It was a lot of people asking me to do something in Detroit. So we'll see. We'll see, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what the coins look like, okay? Because right now we got to buckle down. It's about to be a cold-ass winter, okay? And I'm not excited about it. But yeah, I had an amazing time. So welcome to the show. I just had to really shout out Detroit and just thank you guys for y'all's hospitality. And yeah, it was a very, very beautiful city. I'm very impressed at how much you guys have just come up and just, taken everything by the reins and just really revitalized everything. Very, very impressed. I am. Yes. So definitely, visit if y'all can. Y'all will like it. Yeah. I do want to go to Dallas. I refuse. People come back to Houston, give it another. No, I'm good. I will be coming out to Dallas. I do want to go out to Dallas. I've never been there. I've heard good things about Dallas. I have friends who live out there. So there's a few people that I do want to see in Dallas. I will be trying to get out to Dallas soon enough. I'm supposed to go to Alabama this weekend. I don't know if that's going to happen because the way these airports are looking, the air traffic controllers are not showing up to their job. And I'm not mad at them. They're not getting paid. They've been canceling flights. People have been stuck at the airport. So we'll get into that. So I don't even know if I'm going to make it down south this weekend. That I'm supposed to be going to Atlanta, soon as well. So I don't know. Right now, everything's up in the air. I'd rather be at home comfortable than to be sitting at somebody's airport for 6 to 8 hours looking crazy. So I'm glad we made it back on time and we didn't have any issues coming back, but now it's getting really, really bad. So let's go ahead and get the show started. Let's see here. It's a lot to get into. Somebody said, T, please come to the Triple D. Dallas born and raised. Okay, Troy. All right. I'm going to have to come. Somebody said, what's in Alabama? It was supposed to be like just for somebody's birthday. I don't know what's in Alabama. They just wanted to go to Alabama for their birthday. So I said I would tag along. I was invited. But like I told them, if this airport situation gets worse, I'm not going anywhere. I can't. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff with my health. I cannot be sitting at somebody's airport at all. So I need to know wherever I'm going to get there safe and come back safe. And right now, I don't know what is going on. I don't know what the White House is doing right now. It's too much. It really is. It's frustrating. So let me see here. I want to go ahead. We could talk about the Kyren Lacy. Or should we just finish talk? Because I was going to say the airport stuff for last. But we could talk about that first, too. Since we're on the airport. Let me see here. Because I have everything set up. I mean, we could talk about the update. Let's talk about the beam that we're talking about airports. Let's talk about air travel and what is currently going on. Because flights are getting canceled. And what is so funny, right? Because remember, like 2 days ago, I did a video, right? They've been demonetizing my videos like crazy. I hit up my YouTube manager and I'm like, what's up? This is literally like the 4th video. There was no cussing in this. There's no beef that I'm talking about. Like, what is the issue? So supposedly YouTube is looking into it. But if you try to watch my video that I did a breakdown about the economy, what's going on with the shutdown, you have to be logged in and then it gives you a warning, from YouTube. So people have been letting me know that they're getting a warning if they try to watch the video. So they're trying to censor me for whatever reason. But it's all good. So the thing that's so funny is somebody left a comment on that video And I end up blocking them. I just hate stupid people. I hate people who leave dumb comments looking for attention. I'm going to assume this bitch was a bot because her comment was stupid. But she was like, oh, T is so pessimistic. She's always looking at the worst things. The shutdown will be over in a day or two. You're just assuming that people aren't going to get paid. Bitch, what are you talking about? I'm literally showing you receipts of the president, Mike Johnson, and them saying that furloughed employees who were furloughed to no fault of their own may not get back pay. So how am I being pessimistic for literally showing y'all what they're saying? My thing is, why even bring that up? Why even tell people that? These folks are agents of chaos. And I hate that every time I put the truth out there, somehow I'm the bad guy. Y'all hoes be having more smoke than me, than the person who's making the damn decisions. Did I cause the shutdown? Did I send TSA, tell them to work for free? Did I furlough employees? Or am I just delivering the news? So your comment was stupid. How is that being pessimistic by telling people what's going on? Like I said, I talked about this 2 days ago before it was even really viral. Now everybody's talking about it. Now we're seeing the trickle-down effect. And see, what happened is that when he put out that dog whistle, I'm going to decide who I'm going to pay and not pay. Folks took that as well, fuck it, I'm not going to work. And I'm not mad at them. They had to shut down the Burbank Airport in California because there was no air traffic controllers. It's a safety issue. They're saying Chicago, they've had to cancel many of flights. Airplane pilots are literally on their walkie-talkies or whatever. I don't know. I've never been inside the cockpit. I don't know if they got cell phones, walkie-talkies. I don't know how they communicate, right? But they are literally communicating like this. Oh, shit. My flashlight is on. Let me turn that off. This is how they're communicating. Hey, yo, bruh. I'm about to take off. So let me take off first. And then once I take off, you can take off. Okay, cool. He takes off. All right, y'all. It's my turn. I'm about to take off right now. I'm heading over to Florida. So give me, give me some space. Give me some space. And then this is how they're literally taking off right now. They're literally talking to each other in the cockpit. Like, let me go first. Like, you know how you get to a traffic light and it's not working? It's just sitting there. And people are like, looking at each other. Got to make eye contact. Like, bitch, I'm about to go and then you can go. That's what they're doing right now at the airports. That is, okay. I don't want pilots talking to each other via walkie-talkies like, let me go, then you can go. Let me go, then you can go. This is how they're having to communicate right now, okay? Like I said, I don't know all the ins and outs, okay? About how they communicate, but that's what they're having to do because there's no air traffic controllers to be out there like, okay, with their flags, like you go, there's nobody out there. They said, well, we're not getting paid, we're out. And now the air traffic controllers are being threatened that if they don't come back to work, they will be fired. The issue with that is, again, y'all want to keep screaming DEI. Those are some of the most hardest jobs to get. If you fire these people, it takes about a year plus to train a new person into that position. This is not the fry cook at Bojangles that can be trained in within a few hours. Season the chicken, fry the chicken. Next. That's not how this works. So now they're being threatened with firings. So it's getting crazy out here. Somebody say they don't have flags. I don't know how they communicate. I just put up some flags like you go. I'm thinking about, like how when you was a kid and you'd be like the little traffic person. That was my job in 6th grade. I used to walk home the kindergartners. I'd have the little vest with the flag, the school flag. It was some type of, traffic flag. You'd be like, halt! Got kindergartners crossing the street, okay? And I'd hold the little flag up, and then the kindergartners would walk, and then I'd move the flag and be like, now you can go. So that's my version of air traffic control. I know it's a lot more serious than that, but that's the quickest analogy for me in my mind, is me being a traffic walker. That's what it's called, traffic guard. Yeah, back in the 6th grade. I used to walk home the kindergartners and stuff like that. I was proud of my little position, okay? I was a very responsible 6th grader. They allowed me to walk them home, okay? With my little flag and shit. I was part of the safety patrol crew, okay? But what they do in air traffic control, all jokes aside, is way more serious than what I was doing in the 6th grade, okay? So it's really sad that these people are basically risking losing their jobs as if they can just be replaced like that. You know, this is a very serious job. Nobody got this because of just strictly DEI. You have to have good eyesight, hearing, and it's very stressful because, one, there's no room for error. And if there's an error, you could go to jail. That is like, you know, that's some of the, you know, that's what they sign up for. If there's a, where you purposely fuck up, you could go and do prison time. So this is a very highly skilled, you know, hard job. So for him to be like, well, if y'all don't come in, y'all would just be fired. Well, who's going to replace them? You know, and it's very funny that these people are always talking about DEI, but the entire White House conglomerate, all the folks were hired because of DEI, because they were friends. None of them have real expertise in their fields. They themselves were DEI hire, including Kash Patel. So let's go ahead and watch some of these videos on TikTok here where they're talking about this. You know, it's getting real out here. But, you know, again, I'm the pessimist for speaking truth. So let's see here. All right. Let's watch this real quick.
Flight delays are spreading nationwide due to staffing issues. Air traffic controllers are being asked to work without pay. That's not going over very well. And now new concerns for the hundreds of thousands of furloughed federal workers. The president says that some of them may never get their back pay.
Day 8 of the government shutdown has flyers bracing for more delays. Tuesday, the surge in air traffic control staffing issues hit Nashville's airport with delays topping 2 hours.
It's ludicrous that we are dealing with this.
Fueled by an increase in sick calls, staffing shortages are rising. A CBS News data analysis finds the FAA has flagged more air traffic control facilities for low staffing levels in the days since the government shutdown began than have been seen since the summer of 2022, when the post-COVID travel boom sent delays and cancellations soaring.
After day 3 of the shutdown, the number of staffing triggers increased dramatically. It's individuals making decisions that I really can't work today.
Former FAA executive Mike McCormick worked as a controller during past government shutdowns.
I'm sure there are controllers, especially those that are working in smaller facilities in high cost of living areas, that are very concerned about how am I going to make this work.
Nick Daniels is the president of the Air Traffic Controllers Union.
Is it possible that you have some controllers that either because of the stress of the shutdown or to make a point are calling in sick on a shift on a given day?
There is no concerted effort for air traffic controllers to go in and somehow impede this system. But what it shouldn't be is waiting to see how long air traffic controllers can last, waiting to see when we do break in a system that we know is as fragile as it is today.
Now, the vast majority of
Again, it's very interesting that people can say that, but a lot of y'all would not work for free. I mean, can we have a real conversation? Bitch, you think I'm going to be out here sitting up here at my desk, editing, researching for hours on end if there wasn't a check to be had? Absolutely not. Nobody wants to work for free. So, I mean, should people be shocked? And let's keep it real. We don't know everybody's financial situation either. Air traffic controllers make good money, but as we all know, the more money you make, you know, the bigger your bills, the bigger your expenses. So these people might have to go and take a side job that is actually paying them until they can figure out what's going on. So I'm not mad at them.
A year ago, we were a dead country, and now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Are you concerned about the delays at airports, and how do you see the shutdown?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's they're all Democrat delays. There are delays at the airport. That's standard.
What?
And again, this is something that every day we put forth a bill. It's just a continuation. It's a very simple thing to sign and very simple to do. And I really think.
We got breaking news. Planes are grinding to a halt at multiple major airports all across the United States, and this has a lot to do with the government shutdown. So there's been a couple other factors at play today. So they say there's been some bad weather, low clouds, but the influx of traffic and all the congestion of all the planes trying to leave the same runway at the same time has also slowed things down. So this has kind of been like a stacked and layered problem. So because of the lack of air traffic controllers, there's been an influx of planes that are now trying to leave at the same time due to all the delays that have been stacking up over the last few days. Now, several airports are facing delays on every single flight, and some of them are pretty severe. So when you add in other contributing factors like some low clouds or a little bit of weather, that amplifies the situation that greatly. So if you're planning to fly or travel, you can expect delays at basically every major airport. And they say this problem may get worse. And then when they ask the White House about this, they say, well, until the government shutdown comes to an end, we're going to deal and see more and more issues. So far, it became a problem a few days ago, and it's growing and is now affecting every major airport in the United States. So be careful.
Now, there's this young lady, I ran across her video.
Please, please, please.
Okay, she got music, but she's saying, point of view, you booked a trip after the shutdown occurred and been at the airport for 8 hours due to continuous delays. Okay? So this is what's going on here. But yet I'm the pessimist for speaking about this 2 days ago. And this is what people are really dealing with. This is sad. 8 hours? Who wants to sit at the airport and she's pretty, hair done and makeup on fleek, lashes done? She ready to go kick it. I'm not trying to sit at the damn airport. We're trying to have fun, eat good food, and hang around friends. See what else here. Trying to find some. Okay, let's see what they're talking about.
Now Atlanta Airport has been shut down. And if you know, you know. That's one of the biggest airports in the nation. And how many flight delays is that going to create?
That's not good because y'all know Atlanta is very busy. Now, I know because I was keeping up with Atlanta news, the mayor in the city of Atlanta were trying to put together some type of package to help TSA workers and air traffic control. And maybe the package is not packaging because now they're saying that they're grounding planes in Atlanta.
Nationwide. Are we going to get a nationwide airport shutdown? I mean, I wish somebody would tell us. Just fucking say it already. Like, I've already postponed my trip. Some of you know I had a flight coming up early November. It's my birthday. Was going to take the family and do something fun, but I'm not getting stuck at the airport for God knows how many hours. So I'll postpone that shit until they work all this shit out. Because I hate airports, period. And then to think that I have to spend there an obscene amount of time just because, yeah, and they're trying to blame the Donald for this. But we all know it's Chucky who wants all the funds for healthcare and for the undocumented. We don't even care what they say. At this point, shut it all down. But at least be nice enough to tell people, hey, we're shutting it all down. So people could at least plan accordingly, because that's bullshit. Now,
yeah,
Atlanta Airport.
That is very frustrating. Now, there's a flight attendant in the chat. Let me find her. Okay. Just seen her comment. Okay. Creole House 90 says, former flight attendant, no air traffic controller for pilots is like driving blind. Nobody's about to hurt themselves like that. Exactly. Because like I said, when the air traffic controllers didn't show up at the Burbank Airport, and the Burbank Airport is not small. It's not as big as LAX, but it's not, it's not some rinky-dink airport either. When they didn't show up, they had to have air traffic controllers from San Diego somehow log into the system to help, and so as more and more air traffic controllers weren't showing up, pilots were literally on the runway having to, talk to each other like, you go, then I go. It's scary. So I'd rather be on the ground than in the air, for sure. But yeah, it's getting really, really scary, everything that's going on right now with the delays and the shutdowns. Let's see if there's any updates here. Okay. Here's something from 4 hours ago.
These are the airports that are experiencing the most air traffic control delays right now in the United States. You should know these airports and know if they're a hub for the airline that you're flying. So for example, if you're flying Delta, Atlanta is a big hub for them. That will impact everything in their network if there's delays in Atlanta, because a lot of times your plane will be going from Atlanta to, say, Chattanooga or something like that. Same with Newark, right? So Newark is a big United hub. If you're flying United, you should know that that could cause you to be delayed, even if you're not flying out of Newark. A lot of times you can go on the airline's website or app to see where your plane is coming from, and if it's coming from a hub that is delayed. Thanks, guys. I'm Jetsetter Jake. These are the airports that are experiencing.
All right, so again, so that is what's going on right now. And again, I'm sorry if I don't know all the correct terms for like the flights and stuff like that, but it's something going on. So right now, Janice is saying the radars, they work in the basement and the air traffic controllers work in the tower. So yeah, so again, just understand that if you booked a flight, if you can change it or, change the date, see if that will happen. I know Delta is really good about that. Like if you need to cancel, they'll give you like a credit so you can use it at another time. So they're really, good about reimbursing people. You may not get the cash back, but at least you'll get a credit to book, But again, imagine how this is going to affect people, because if everybody starts canceling their trips, that's going to affect the airports, the staffing, the flight attendants, the people who work at the gift shops. It's a big trickle down effect. And for what? Because they want to get rid of, the healthcare. They want to cut, the healthcare. And if they cut it, like I said, it's going to go up by 75%, if not more. People are already getting their estimated bills for 2026. I have not received mine yet. I have self-employed healthcare through Blue Cross Blue Shield. And it is expensive. I mean, just for me and my youngest, I pay like $800 a month for insurance. And then you go to the doctors and you still got to, pay all types of bills. It's like, well, damn, what am I paying $800 a month? And then y'all still send me a big ass bill every time I had to get transfused or something. So it's insane. But that's what this whole fight is over right now. And a lot of people are agreeing, even Marjorie Taylor Greene, like I showed in the video. And she's as MAGA as it gets. And she's saying we need to keep this Obamacare going. Because if not, a lot of people are going to be without insurance. But they're saying that the Democrats are trying to make it so illegals can get insurance. That's not true. This is for everyday people to be able to still afford their insurance. Insurance rates have been rising over the years. So what do you think is going to happen once they take away that Obamacare Affordable Care Act subsidy? So who knows how long this is going to go at this point. So just prepare yourselves, stay reading up. Starbucks let go of like thousands of employees. I don't know if y'all are aware about this. People went to their Starbucks jobs yesterday only to find signs on the door saying, hey, you guys have all been fired. Ain't no Starbucks. Let me see if I can find any videos on that. Like, it was so many employees got fired. Hundreds of Starbucks just closed, and people got, sent home. Here goes one person telling their story. But yeah, it's all over TikTok. So, I mean, it's getting crazy out here. Hopefully she ain't got no music. So she says, Starbucks permanently shut down my store and left me jobless. Now I'm exposing the tea.
Starbucks just announced it's closing hundreds of stores and cutting jobs across Canada and the US. As part of its new Back to Starbucks plan, Starbucks has announced that it'll be shutting down 1% of its North American locations by the...
Now, this video was from September 26th. So they implemented this as of yesterday, like over the weekend. A lot of people came to work Monday and their stores were gone. So it's really frightening, all this stuff that's going on right now with jobs. It's already hard enough for people to get jobs, let alone you're walking in. They're not telling people in advance. There's no severance package. And remember, who remembers, put a teacup, no pun intended, Starbucks, but put a teacup if you guys remember me doing a Count Your Days a few months ago when the Starbucks employees were demanding more pay. Remember, they were going on strike. They were demanding more pay. So I feel like because they were demanding more pay a few months ago, this was almost like punishment for them. And why were they demanding more pay? Well, the cost of living has gone up significantly, and the pay is not matching that. So that's why they were demanding more pay, better treatment, things like that. And now we fast forward, not even 6 months later, they're just laying people off like crazy. So it is insane, all this stuff that's going on right now. It really is. So yeah, so that's what's going on in the economy with the airlines, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get on to the next topic here. Let me read some of these super chats and we're going to go on to the next topic. Divine Dej sent $9.99, says, AT, I've been waiting to see you. Hold on, I've been wanting you to see about our city. For real, we're bouncing back. That's why we say we get it out the mud, my baby. Yeah, y'all do. And thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Like I said, I loved the Motor City. And I'm definitely going to come back. I am. Let's see here. RJ Phenomenon says, thoughts on Tupac and MJ AIs. Those new AIs are insane. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the latest, like how far AI has gotten in just the past few months. I have seen the Tupac and MJ ones. I saw one and I thought it was real. Jake Paul was putting on makeup and I was like, what the hell is this about? I just basically ignored it. And then come to find out it wasn't even a real video. It was all AI generated. Like he was supposedly coming out the closet. And I'm like, I didn't even bother watching it. I just seen like the title and I seen it with all this makeup on. So I had assumed it was something like just, I don't know, to like promote the fight that he's about to have with Gervonta Davis. I really do want to go see that fight. I do want to go to that. So I thought it was something for that, but they said that was a whole AI video. So the new AI videos are just they're getting crazy. It's to the point now where, to me, everything just gives me uncanny valley vibes. Like sometimes I watch people and I'm even questioning what I'm watching. Like, is this person even real? And I'm noticing I'm starting to get those comments on my videos where people are like, it's like people who don't know me, like maybe they just run across my Count Your Days. And I've seen comments where people are like, are you real or are you AI? And I'm like, damn, like people even ask me that. And when I did that video about that AI singer, Zania Monet, I saw a few people in the comments saying, like, even when I was talking, they were saying that I was looking really similar to the Zania Monet lady. Because it's almost like at this point, you can't even believe anything you see or hear. You got to like double research and try and vet, because it's getting that good now. It really is. It's like in a moment, we're not going to be able to distinguish, real influencers from AI influencers. But those like AI, Michael Jackson and Tupac, there was one where they were like playing Ding Dong Ditch with Elvis. And it looked so real. It was so creepy. So, yeah. Yeah, it's getting crazy. Yeah, there were comments on there asking if I was AI. And I'm like, no, I am a real person. But I get why people are asking that now. Because it's like you don't know. Okay, so Sin Kawali sent $4.99. She says, people forget that the majority of money for hospitals and especially middle America is Medicare and Medicaid. It would literally crash the economy. Agreed. And another thing that people are also forgetting is that because of everything that's going on with these huge budget cuts that went on a few months ago, the initial budget cuts, right? A lot of doctors now are only taking cash, because they're not even getting any reimbursements from Medicaid or Medicare. And that is what subsidizes a lot of hospitals, a lot of doctors. So now there are people's doctor's offices saying, hey, if you want treatment, this is the cost for a pap smear. This is the cost to get your heart checked, to get your liver checked. And that cost is going to be several $100s, especially if you're talking about x-rays and, MRIs and things like that. So doctors' offices around the country are asking for cash at this point. So, yeah, they want cash because, again, there's nobody to reimburse them. And doctors, just like anybody else, they need their money too, If I'm providing a service, I need to get paid. I have bills. So if Medicaid is not going to reimburse me, it's on you. You want to get your heart checked because your heart is, okay, well, that's going to be $500. And if you don't have it, well, you got to go find someone else. So a lot of people are talking about this as well, that they're being turned away because the doctors are no longer taking insurance unless you have, let's say, like regular insurance, like through Blue Cross, Blue Shield or something like that. They may take that. But as far as like if you're just solely on Medicaid and Medicare, a lot of doctors' offices are not taking that. And the problem with that is if you are on Medicaid and Medicare, you're on there because you can't afford regular insurance, right? That's why people get on these sliding scale, insurance policies because they can't afford health insurance outright. So it's like it's unfortunate because the people can't afford it. That's why they're on it. But then Medicaid, Medicare, they're not reimbursing these doctors who also need to be paid. They got to pay their staff, the nurses, the CNAs, the receptionists. So this is a huge trickle-down effect for sure. And, it's crazy that it's like that because, other countries who shall remain nameless get free health care. Moving on. All right. Abraham. Zen 599 says, T, they called you pessimistic in 2019, as well as reporting on the upcoming C-19, and it ended up causing a global shutdown. People tend to just act obtuse. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. As y'all know, I was one of the first people that sounded the alarm, especially in the urban community, about C-19 and to prepare. So while folks was fighting over toilet paper and, all types of stuff, the tea sippers, we was good. We did all our shopping. We went and we hunkered down. You didn't see us fist fighting in stores because we were good. So, yeah, I think a lot of it is just cognizant dissidence. They don't want to face reality. They don't want to face what's going on. So it's easier to blame me and call me pessimistic and a Debbie Downer for just simply showing y'all what's going on. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not pulling this out of thin air. I'm literally showing you receipts. I'm literally showing you what people are going through. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm talking about it 2-3 days before it goes mainstream, I'm the bad guy. But now everybody's talking about it. Good Morning America. Now it's all over mainstream news. So thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat, love. Rose Golden said $9.99 says, I'm late. Please, when you go back to Detroit, visit my boyfriend's family restaurant called Baru. It's new. It has amazing food. It's Puerto Rican and Caribbean fusion restaurant. Love you. Ooh. Okay. I definitely will. Oh my gosh. One thing about Puerto Rico, when I tell you they have some of the best food. Puerto Rico's another state that don't owe me nothing. I had such a good time in Puerto Rico in 2024. The mofongo, oh my gosh, the paella. The food was so good in Puerto Rico. So good. Like, you don't understand. Sometimes I wake up like, I just want to fly to Puerto Rico today and go get some mofongo. I'm like, who the hell flies to Puerto Rico to go get mofongo? Shit, me, I want to. That food is so damn good, I swear. So if we can get some good Puerto Rican food in the U.S., I will come because Detroit is a lot quicker to get to than Puerto Rico. So thank you for that. Trevor Taylor says, honestly, my city's local coffee shops have truly been taking over the coffee industry. Place they know it's going back in the community. That's good. I'm glad other local coffee shops are able to, benefit from the Starbucks closures. And hopefully some of the Starbucks employees who have those type of skills can apply at local coffee shops and bring their skills, to these shops as well. So, but it's just sad, when you come to your job and you find out that your job is gone. They owe them employees better than that. At least give people a 2-week notice. How these employers, they demand a 2-week notice. But it's very funny that when they decide to shut down, they don't have to give you that grace, but you're supposed to give them grace. That's why a lot of employees just quit. They don't care. Like, I'm not about to give you grace that you're not giving me. Let's see here. Don Today Light Madness says, I recommend the book Parable of Sour by Octavia E. Butler. She wrote it over 30 years ago, but predicted a lot of issues going on today. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you. Thank you for that. Bridget sent $1.99. She says, can I join the Discord? I will be opening the Discord in November. So stay tuned. We will be opening it. I open it for a week, only like once every 6 months. So it will be open in November. So at that point, you'll be able to join. So just, stay tuned for that. Let's see here. I mean, and the thing about the Discord, that's where you'll get way more information. The things, there's just a lot of stuff I don't talk about on YouTube. One, they demonetize anything serious a lot of times. And it's just a headache, then I have to deal with just, stupid people who leave comments like, you're a pessimist, whereas in Discord, we have real conversations, and I share a lot more of like my personal life struggles and stuff like that in Discord that I do not share on the regular internet, so Discord is like a family. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Okay. Like that is family right there. It is a very close-knit circle. We have been together since 2020, but definitely join. We love when the new members come in, especially the ones who can assimilate quickly and, just kind of figure out how everything runs. But Discord is a vibe. I love it. It's been the best thing, for me and for many other people. So that's family right there. Let's see here. Jason Hollinsworth sent 10, says 313 here. I'm not going to lie, you definitely put me on C19. My household was well prepared because of you. Thank you, by the way. You are so welcome, and thank you so much. And I love your city. So I'm glad I was able to just keep my audience informed of what was going on around that time. And it helped a lot of people just be prepared, to get masks and gloves and, just do what they needed to do in the meantime, while people thought that, I was crazy and I was tripping. And literally a month later, the entire world shut down, but we were prepared. So thank you for that. All right. So let's see here. I don't know why YouTube has changed the back end. It's weird. They changed the whole layout on the back end for some strange reason. Let me take a screenshot and send this to my YouTube manager. I don't know what the hell this shit is. Because usually you can see your stream health, who's watching. I think it's saying that there's, it's looking like there's, okay, here it is. They changed everything. So there's over 5,000 people in here. I can't even see the likes. I don't know. They've just changed everything back here. But please hit the like button if you're enjoying this stream. Hit the like button. So let's go ahead and talk about some of this tea here that's going on with these damn celebrities. So let's talk about the Kyren Lacy situation. I've been wanting to talk about that. My oldest son wanted me to do a video on it as well. So for y'all who don't know, Kyren Lacy was a young man. He played for LSU. He was getting ready to go into the NFL. And so he was speeding and he was accused of killing a veteran. And so many things spun out of this. He was looking at going to trial and he ended up offing himself. So let me play this YouTube video that we're just going to watch a few minutes of it that kind of breaks down what happened to Kyren. And then we're going to watch the updated news clips because a lot of new information has come out about Kyren Lacy that I want to talk about. It's a heartbreaking situation. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to watch a bit of this video from the Cuff Boys here.
season yet. Scouts had him pegged as a mid-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. But on December 17, 2024, police say Lacy caused a devastating car crash in Louisiana that killed a 78-year-old man. Investigators say he was driving recklessly, speeding and making an illegal pass in a no-passing zone. Worst of all, they claim he fled the scene without stopping or calling for help. The fallout was immediate. Prosecutors issued an arrest warrant, charging him with negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle. Lacy turned himself in, posted a $151,000 bond, and waited for his day in court. But while he was free, his football career collapsed. NFL teams backed away. Scouts stopped calling. Instead of training for the combine, he was preparing for trial. On April 12, 2025, just 2 days before a grand jury was set to hear his case, police say Lacy got into an argument with a family member in Houston, Texas. He fired a gun into the ground and fled in his car. Officers chased him, and when the pursuit ended, they found him dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. In the wake of his death, his legal team pushed back. His attorney Matt Ori released a huge statement, called the entire investigation a witch hunt, saying it was overzealous and targeted, driven by public perception, not facts. And the evidence would have led to a declination of charges by the grand jury. His lawyer spoke out more today and released the footage of the crash. And Kyren is really far from this crash, bro. I'm gonna watch this full video of his lawyer speaking. Stick around for the full video. Let's go.
And good to see you, Matt. Thank you for coming.
Good to see you, Martin. Thank you for having me.
Did you compile anything new?
I've got everything.
Okay, let me see if I can find the video. Okay. So long story short, basically, the lawyer put out a video. And the video that he put out, it showed Kyren Lacy's car a lot further back from where the crash took place. Then there was an officer, what is that called? Body cam footage, right? And the officer in the body cam footage was talking to a witness and basically bringing up the green car. And kind of, it felt like he was leading the witness to put the blame on the green car. So once this came out, social media was in an uproar. A lot of the sports commentators were very upset. They felt like, this young man was innocent. He was railroaded. This is not okay. He ended up taking his life because of the pressure. But now, as of yesterday, there's more video footage that has been released. Okay? And it's showing that Kyren may have been a cause of this crash after all. So, again, I'm just the messenger. We're going to go ahead and watch the latest video because now they're releasing the full video because, again, a lot of people want that police department, off with their head, the police officers, racism, just everything that's been going on Twitter. I've been keeping up with it. But now there's even more to the story. So we're going to watch that really quick here. So give me just a second to pull that up. So I have two videos here.
Today, Louisiana State Police released surveillance video.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and watch this here.
Body-worn camera footage, witness statements, and more surrounding that crash. The information comes from LSP that is coming after Lacy's attorney sat down with Homa TV and claimed Lacy was nearly 70 yards away when the collision happened. Alyssa Curtis has been covering this story, joining us now in studio. And Alyssa, does this video dispute what Lacy's attorney claims?
Well, not entirely. The video and LSP's comments over the video line up with what Kyren Lacy's attorney claims. Lacy was some yards away from the head-on collision, but LSP is standing by their argument that Lacy's alleged reckless driving beforehand led to the crash.
Before Tuesday, the public had only seen this short clip of the crash Kyren Lacy was arrested in connection to. It was released by his attorney, Matt Ori, during an interview with Homa TV. But Tuesday, LSP released nearly 11 minutes of video intended to broaden the perspective. It starts with some of what we already knew and what Ori admitted during the Homa TV interview. Lacy, in a green Dodge Charger, is seen passing several cars and an 18-wheeler in a two-lane highway. LSP says it was a no-passing zone. He merges back into the correct lane and a crash is heard. Another angle, the angle the public had already seen, shows Lacy a few yards away at the time of the collision. Then what the public hadn't seen.
Okay, so y'all seen that first video. That's the one that went viral all over Twitter, was the video showing Lacy a few yards away. So this is the video that just came out yesterday.
Take the turn and then
She had no choice. Head on.
Head on. Did you see a green Charger flying that way? A green Charger that going that way?
There was a green Charger. There was a green Charger that caused all this.
Body-worn camera footage records a trooper speaking to several people at the scene of the crash. As soon as he approaches, they seemingly begin to recount what they believe happened. They seem to immediately blame the green Dodge.
There was a green Charger. There was a green Charger that caused all this.
SRT8, he caused all of it. He went to pass the cars way back there, sir. The green Charger collided with these cars?
He went right between. He went around that truck, okay? He was passing up with her right now, and she had no choice.
A person who identifies himself as the driver of the 18-wheeler Lacy had previously passed says the green Charger caused everyone to start hitting their brakes. He and others on the scene explained the car coming in the opposite way in a gold truck hit his brakes and veered off the road. They say the woman in the car behind the gold truck swerved into the other lane.
She was coming this way. Okay. They was going this way also. Mr. jammed on brakes. She went to dodge Mr. And that's when she came on.
I was watching. I was about to gas station.
On the left side.
The trooper then speaks to the driver who crashed.
I just know the truck was stopping on brakes. The other car was trying to pass the other car. I was trying to dodge by not hitting them by coming around.
In the interview Ori did with Homa TV, they show another clip from body-worn camera. That clip shows an LSP trooper seemingly talking to the person who was driving the gold truck.
Just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes.
Okay, so this is the clip here that also went viral, where people were feeling like the police officer was trying to coerce this person into blaming Kyren Lacy. But now that we're getting more context, okay, it's looking to be different.
And the brakes, like, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that Charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that Charger.
I ain't skid mark or nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what was happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was running in the back of me, and she pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
We have not been able to authenticate that video with LSP. LSP told us they can't confirm its authenticity as it was posted to a social media account and not an authentic LSP source.
LSP says they used 21 surveillance cameras and other investigative methods to, quote, uncover the full truth. They say they used forensic analysis, crash reconstruction, and comprehensive evidence.
All right, let me come back on the screen here. So that is what is going on now with the Kyren Lacy situation, okay? So now that there's more context, right? Because again, context matters. That's why I wanted to kind of wait before I did a video, because it's very easy to jump. And, it's a very emotional issue, especially if you're a sports fan. It's sad anytime a young person feels like they need to take their own life behind this. But we also have to have an honest conversation. From what I've seen, and this is, I've watched several news clips and the video. And again, we can say race, but you have a black man in the video that's saying the green Dodge. The green Dodge was, swerving in and out of traffic. At that point, nobody knew who was in the green Dodge Charger. They didn't know it was a LSU superstar football player. They didn't know if it was a black person, a white person, a woman. No one knew. They just knew the green car. So a lot of people, of course, are still saying it doesn't matter. It's their fault that he killed himself, this and that. He's not responsible. The only person responsible is a woman who hit the car. The woman should be charged. She should be thrown in jail. This is where we need to have an honest conversation, especially with young people. Because unfortunately, a lot of times, young people, young men, I have boys, and I have to get on top of them as well. A lot of times, young men think they're invincible, especially behind motor vehicles, okay? As sad as this situation is, from what I see here, it looks like he was definitely responsible for operating that vehicle recklessly, okay? He may have not hit that car head on and killed that veteran, but his actions, when you're swerving in and out of traffic and going around people, you're going onto oncoming traffic to cut around people. And we see this all the time. I live on a back road. People do it all the time over here, where if they feel like you're driving too slow, they're going to go onto oncoming traffic and then zip back in front of you, So Again, he created an unsafe driving environment. When you're on the road, it's not just about you. It's about everyone. So if you're darting in and out of traffic at a high rate of speed, not everyone has to be defensive based off of what you're doing. And because of him dipping out, that made that woman veer, to try and get away from him, because she's thinking this man's about to hit her on head on. She tries to veer and ends up hitting somebody else. So unfortunately, it does look like he was the cause of this crash. Again, he's young. His frontal cortex is not fully developed. A lot of young men speed. It's not okay. So I hope that what people can take from this, instead of just, trying to run with the racial aspect of this, is to make better decisions. And also, let's not forget, when he offed himself, he was driving recklessly then. He was on a high-speed pursuit with the Houston Police Department. Again, putting other people at risk. He could have hit somebody then as he was speeding down the freeway or whatever in Houston and killed innocent people. Once he finally got pulled over is when he took himself out, unfortunately. And I think part of it, the second time around was probably depression. He's supposed to be going into the NFL. He's having to fight this case. But this wasn't, to me, from what I'm seeing with all the receipts that are coming out, this wasn't a case of racism. This was a case of accountability. Yes, somebody else hit the veteran. Yes, the woman was the one who killed the veteran. But like I always say, for every action, there's a reaction. His actions is what caused the crash. So I don't know if the lawyer is still just trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Times is hard. So he's trying to, because he didn't put out the full video. The lawyer only put out the video of Kyren Lacy, several feet away. And that's fine. But now that we see the full video, we see him darting in and out of traffic. We hear witnesses saying, hey, did you find the green Charger? This was the green Charger's fault. And this was before anybody knew that it was this young man in the vehicle. They didn't know if it was a black person, white person, young, old, male, female. So I think what we have to do is learn from this. Like I always say, always learn from the mistakes of other people so that way you're not destined to repeat them. A lot of young people need to slow the fuck down. Again, I've been young. I've gotten better with my driving. I haven't always been the best driver, okay? But you got to understand that when you are on the road, it's not your road. There's tons of people on the road. We've lost entire family members. A cousin of ours, there was 5 of them in a van. Woman was driving reckless, did some type of crazy move on the freeway, van flipped over, all 5 family members died. This was here in the Twin Cities. This was about 5-6 years ago. It was major news in the Twin Cities. I was related to those people. All 5 family members died. So it is really sad, and people need to understand that, there's nothing that important to get to. Your main thing, I know it sucks to be late, but the most important thing is you getting to your destination safe and getting back safe and not putting other people at risk. And I think this accident was caused by him being young, being reckless, having a super fast car, wanting to low-key be seen, and just not thinking fully, because when you're young, you don't think things all the way through. So it's sad, and it's sad that he felt the need to, take himself out because he was looking at some time. And he had lost his, a lot of brand deals backed up off of him. He was losing his bid on the NFL. And this is something he had worked hard for since he was a child. So again, when you have things to lose, you have to just move accordingly. one of the things I learned when I lived in LA, and this will always stick with me, you know, because I'm, you know, I grew up in a culture where it was okay to be late. We call it African time. And anytime I do something for like my Nigerian family members, my cousins, there's the real time and the African time. All the Africans, maybe Caribbeans, you know, African Americans, y'all can relate too. We got to give 2 times. So if I'm throwing a party, if I say I'm doing a dinner or a barbecue at my home and it starts at 4, I need to tell them literally 2:30 so they can be there by 4. If I say 4, they won't be here till 6. So this is how I was raised, right? This is my culture. So somebody says, okay, there's an event at 5 o'clock. Most likely I won't be there till 6. It's just, unfortunately, that's just how. Yeah, okay, y'all call it CP time. Kimco. Okay, good. So y'all can relate to the Caribbeans. Okay, good. Yeah, we call it African time. But unfortunately, that's just how I was raised. This was just normalized to me, you know, oh, hey, I'm here. So what I learned in LA, I had to break that habit. And one thing I learned is you can't come waltzing into an audition 30 minutes late, 20 minutes late. You can't blame the traffic. No one gives a shit in LA. So I had to really, this was a struggle for me initially because I was so used to, for me, it was just normal to be 30 minutes late. And what I learned is not only is that disrespectful, it's disrespectful of that person's time, and the world does not revolve around you. If the audition says that you need to be here at 11 a.m., and if you come in on time, you're late. That was the mentality that was drilled into me when I was in LA, modeling, acting, going on auditions, go-sees. If you're on time, you're late. If the audition starts at 11 and you're walking in at 11 o'clock, you're late, and they will turn your ass away. So after that happened, when I walked into an audition on time and I was turned away, I learned my lesson. And of course it was because of the traffic, this and that. So anytime, I would always leave the house anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half early, especially if I had to go from the Valley to Santa Monica. Most likely I'm going to leave the house 2 hours early because there's always traffic in LA, and traffic is no excuse. So that really shaped me a lot. And I brought that back with me to the Midwest, okay? So now when there's something going on, I make sure to be on time. It's just, it's just the right thing. If somebody's saying that they're doing something at 5:30, be there on time, So, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of us just have that mentality. And that's the thing. Y'all know, when I do my events, it's sometimes things may run behind, but for the most part, it's get there on time, get checked in. And you guys have been really good about that. Y'all be super on time, 30 minutes early and shit. Hey, we're still setting up. Wait outside, But, yeah, you just want to give people that grace, because one thing I've noticed now that I'm on time to things, it causes less anxiety, less stress, and you're not racing. You're not, your foot is not made of lead on the gas pedal. You're able to think and relax and listen to music. You're not oh my God, I got to get there. I got to get there. I got to get there. I was always driving with with anxiety and in a rush. And when you pace yourself and you set yourself up to go to places on time and to leave your home, 30 minutes, an hour early, it just saves you so much stress and headache. So I don't know where this young man was off to. I don't know if he was running to, to the store to go see somebody. I don't know. But it's never that serious. Just slow down. Slow down. So I really wish that he could have just learned from this and he didn't take himself out. Because every mistake that you make is a learning lesson. It's unfortunate somebody lost their life in the process. But I'm not going to just be oh, this was just a race issue. He did nothing wrong. Now that the full video is out there, no. He was definitely the cause of the crash. And it's unfortunate, but, I deal in receipts. I don't deal in feelings. I like to deal with strictly facts. And from what I'm seeing, from the receipts that I'm seeing, and from what the people are saying before they knew it was even him, they all said the green Dodge caused this. So it's sad. Rest in peace to him. I just wish it could have been a lesson that he learned and he didn't, feel the need to take himself out, because, suicide it's a temporary fix to a permanent solution. It's a permanent solution to a temporary issue. I might have said it backwards, but y'all know what I mean. It's a permanent solution. So let me go ahead and read these super chats here. I see we have some superstars in the building, honey. Okay. Let's see here. Marlia. Hopefully I'm saying this right. Mariela. Oh, it's Mariela. Okay. Mariela Quintanilla. I know I said that last name right, honey, because Selena. I love that movie. Mariela Quintanilla sent $99.99. She says, hey, T, silent tea sipper and Discord member here. First time missing your live as I'm celebrating my honeymoon in Japan. Thank you for all you do. Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being a Discord member. I hope you enjoy your honeymoon. Have a good time. That is amazing in Japan. I would love to go to Japan one day. So definitely have a good time. And congratulations, honey. Okay, on the marriage. We love good news. So thank you once again. Appreciate you. And we have Moneybag Mo in the building. Moneybag Mo sent $499.99. Moneybag Mo, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming through and just showing love to my stream, especially when you don't have to. So thank you guys both, just for the love, for the super chats. It means a lot. I never ask for super chats. So the fact that you guys just send them just to show support to the channel, that means a lot to me. So thank you so much. So shout out to Mo, man. Big Mo's in the building, honey. Let's see here. Nighttime Ninja says, hey T, do I have to talk in Discord? I prefer to sit back and observe. I won't put negative comments in there. Not on all that. I love you. I mean, no, the thing is you don't have to talk every day, but we do require that people, at least a few times a month, come in, say hi. We don't need to know your life story, but, introduce yourself, come in, say hi, spark up conversations. It's one of those places where eventually you will come out your shell. You will talk. You don't have to talk in the Zoom meetings, but I'm noticing a lot of more people, new people that may have not spoken before are speaking more in the Zoom meetings. And I love that. I love when newbies talk. The OGs, they going to have their hands raised first. But, I always try and call on the newbies, the people that we haven't heard from. So, at any point in time when you're in there, you can always come in, introduce yourself. But there's so many rooms in my Discord that you'll find like-minded people. Some people literally live in the 90s room. Other people are in the conspiracy room. The celebrity room is always popping. So, you can sit back and observe, but you'll want to at least speak, a few times a month, even if it's just to say hi. We have a meeting friend finder room. So a lot of times in that room, people will say good morning. We have a prayer room where, people will drop prayers for the day, meditation. So it's a lot of different rooms that you can go in and just, drop a quick note and stuff like that in there. So yeah, it's a lot to do and see. Because I be going into these other folks' Discords, they be dry. The people who run them, they don't interact with their fans in there. They don't even show up in their Discord. It's just weird. I don't know. But I like the fact that there's a lot in the Discord. People who are going through stuff, will ask for prayer. We have a job room in there so people, can post any job listings. There's a college room. People who have questions about college, enrollment, just meeting other college people, stuff like that. So we have a lot of different rooms. Yeah. H Esquire says, come on prayer room. Oh, yeah. We did a group fasting 2 weeks ago. We all did a huge group fasting because I've been going through a lot of health issues, and it really, really helped. It really helped, and it was so positive. A lot of y'all put me onto some gospel music because I really don't listen to gospel music like that, but the gospel music that y'all be putting in there, it's a vibe. So in the morning now, like I'll listen to like some gospel music. Cause the only thing I really knew was like them TikTok. Like I never would have made it. Those are the only, that's like my only exposure to gospel music. Like it's on TikTok and stuff. So when y'all be posting stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. I like this frequency. It's nice. So y'all put me on to like a lot of different like gospel songs and stuff in the prayer room. So I appreciate y'all for that. So yeah, like I said, once it opens up, feel free to join. Let's see here. Malika Martinson, 499. She says, Silent Tea Sipper, I love you, and I'm expecting in June of 2026. That is awesome. Congratulations on the new baby tea sipper on the way. So good luck to you and your pregnancy. I love to hear that. Because they said, the birth rates are down, so that's always good to hear, about people being pregnant and, having babies and stuff. Let's see if somebody says they listen to old school gospel. Oh, AG said that. She listens to old school gospel. Lex says, do we have a singles room? No, absolutely not. We're not doing that. It's not a dating site. And people want to DM each other. That's their business. But we don't do drama. So what I don't want to happen is that, people hook up and then break up and then, it's a bunch of tea and drama. So we don't do a singles room. If you want to date, go on Christian Mingles. Go on Tinder, okay? So that's the only thing I don't have in the Discord just because I don't want a bunch of messiness and, people hooking up and, he got a little old peener. I don't want that. I don't want the drug. Because, when people first get together, it's all love, and then when the breakup happens, the sex was whack, the coochie was whack, the dick was small. I don't want to hear all that. So not in my Discord. So no, we don't have, we don't have a singles room. People have asked and I've shut that down. Go on to Christian Mingles. God bless you. And on the look for your new relationship. So yeah, absolutely not. That's too much drama. Somebody said that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Yeah, this just is too much. We just keep it to just neutral topics, fun things, stuff like that. So there's so many rooms, what I'm saying? You'll find like-minded people on there. Like I said, I don't care what people discuss in their DMs. But as far as like, me and such and such, me and, sexy boy 105, we in love. But then, it's so many women versus men. So I don't want there to be drama. Because, he might be in 5 different DMs and then you claiming him in the singles room, but then he's talking to 4 or 5 other girls. I don't want the drama in my Discord, okay? Some of y'all are players. Keep that out of there. So, yeah, no, we won't be having that. All right, so let's go ahead. I don't even know how long I've been on here because YouTube done took the time off. This is ridiculous. If y'all see this new back end, it is trash. Okay, so I don't even say how long I've been on here. What time is it? I don't know, child. It's not showing me anything. Oh, they moved it here. Okay, I see it now. Why did they move it here and not on this is so ridiculous. I found it. So we got over 5,000 people in here. But it's still not giving me a countdown. Usually it gives me a countdown of how long I've been on. I don't know, very strange. Whatever, YouTube. So let's go ahead and talk about all this drama, child, that's once again going on with Cardi B. So Cardi B and Bia. Bia, why you looking like a Bia? Every time I hear her name, I think about that song. So Bia was interviewed by Kaepernick's girlfriend. I think they're still together, right? Nessa. Let me find that. And so she's speaking on the Cardi B situation. And Cardi B ends up responding. So hopefully I can show this here. Let me fix my screen. I have a lot of screens up. Okay. And again, I don't really listen to Bia's music like that. But we're going to hear from her. Hear what she got to say. I think I got a better version here. Give me. Let me try and zoom in a bit. Okay. All right, let's listen to what Miss Bia has to say about the drama.
Made you want to put Sue Me out? Because I think for a lot of us, we're filling in the blanks in our mind. So I never understood, and that's just me, like, I think it's important to understand that because I think it gives the full picture.
There were similarities between my album, Really Her, and her song Enough, and different things that the fans were pulling and bringing to my attention.
Okay, so you're taking us back to what initially caused this
That was the
situation.
only thing it was about for me. People try.
Let me pause this because I don't know if they're going to try and copyright this. So we might just have to listen to the audio while I show a different screen. So give me just a second here because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want them to because I'm dealing with so much demonetization. So let me just pull up a picture of Bia that we can look at while she speaks. Because YouTube is on some bullshit. Okay, let me just pull this up here. So let me know if y'all can still hear it. I'm about to, hold on, pull up the video again. Y'all should still be able to hear it. Let me know if y'all can.
Try to make it about she redid the Missy Elliott song. I didn't care about that because that's a song that everybody flips. So for me, it was the similarities between the creative because I'm not a machine. I'm a one-man show. So it's like when I'm writing the songs and I'm doing the creative and I'm doing stuff with my small team and we doing it with a smaller budget on a smaller platform, whatever the case may be. And even if it's unbeknownst to her that that's what I'm doing in my brain and somebody brings it to her and says, oh, we're going to do this. Like, you have to know that this happens to artists every single day. Mm-hmm. It's not even about her. It's about that you have smaller artists or artists who don't have as big of a platform and their creative gets reworked by bigger artists. And instead of those bigger artists being like, oh, yes, I did rework that creative, or yes, oh, I didn't know that we stole that creative. Because it's happened numerous times. It's not just me.
Sure. Like
I could pull out 5 songs that she did it to. So it's like, let's just be real about that. The issue for me is a creative issue. It has nothing to do with that. So when I take my talents to the studio and I start rapping about you and you start rapping about me, I'm going to rap about what I know or what people say is like, oh, she's on your ass. I'm on your ass the same way you on mine. And this is what I say, like, I can go get on your ass again. But it's like, girl, enjoy your pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Go enjoy your pregnancy. I don't want to get on your ass again, say something that's going to hurt your feelings, make me look like the bad guy because I'm talking about somebody with a baby. Like, no, that's not the energy I'm on, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want that to come back to me. My mother didn't raise me to be dragging a pregnant lady.
Yeah, no, that's
out.
Yeah. No, even that situation that you just explained, couldn't that have been like a, hey, let's talk on the phone and figure this out?
It started on the phone, and she called me screaming like 15 times back to back. So it's like, once respect is out the window. Like,
but the yelling was because of Sue Me.
No, the yelling was because I liked the tweet. For the similarities between the creative.
I get it. Okay.
So you want to hoe and like shut smaller artists down and bully them out how they feel or out of their creative that you stealing from. So it's like, you can't bully everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's a real truth to what's going on. Mm-hmm. And like at the end of the day, I'm not that person that's gonna like dwell in it because my album's out. There's way better music. I make songs every day.
Right.
So it's one thing for me to address it, but it's nothing for me to harp on it. And it's like, I don't care to be friends with people that like that. Like, I don't care to be on good terms with people that record conversations and phone calls and like that spin narratives to sell music. I don't do that. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not my MO. My MO is to be here, put my good into the world, do community, philanthropy, make great music, touch the people, and move on.
You didn't feel bad, though, on Sue Me saying those things? Like, when I just listened to it again, I was like, ooh, ow. Like,
no, I didn't feel bad because I didn't tell a lie. So, and if you see, where's the lie?
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad. And the only thing that I'll say is, like, you know, people try to say I spoke about her kids. I didn't speak about her kids. I didn't speak negatively about her kids. I spoke negatively about her, but I used their names because that's rap. It's wordplay. It's a metaphor. Even if those weren't her kids' names, the bars would have still worked. So, like, okay, noted. That's the only part that I see. But we see when people talking about people's kids online all week. That wasn't that. So for that to try to spin that and be like, oh, she was talking about my kids. I wasn't talking about her kids. Like, you know, I wasn't talking about your kids. Like, so it's, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah.
Bianca's all that 10-10.
Do you?
All right, child. Let me go ahead. So now we're gonna listen to Cardi B's response here.
I mean,
all right. So Cardi B responds to Bia.
Let me make this very fucking clear to y'all, right? Let me make this very fucking clear. Last year, when I dropped Classy and a Cunt, this girl started dissing me and subbing me on Twitter because she think I copied her, whatever the song, because she also sampled the same song. And it's like, bitch, what's good with you? Because you subbed me one time, then you subbed me again. So I called you. And there's another thing I don't like. I don't like when bitches act like, oh, they call me screaming, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm screaming at you because you subbing me. So I want to know what you on. I want to know what you on, right? I send this bitch, right? I send this bitch when I started working on the song. She sees that me and her practically started working on the song around the same time. Then she started blaming the producer, like, oh, well, this producer was doing it for me. And I was like, well, I don't know about that producer because I got my own producer that works on my shit. It's like, oh, all right, whatever. So that's it. Yes, I did call the bitch screaming. And then I call her again because sometimes I do be spazzing out. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what? Nothing is going to be resolved. And if I just be screaming, mind you, I never subbed this girl before. I never felt a certain type of way about nothing. Even when she was deleting tweets and shit, I didn't feel a certain type of way. You want to know why? Because it's like, at the end of the day, I don't know you and you don't know me. You don't owe me shit. If you got to do shit for business, which you did say on the phone, that you deleted shit, could do to business, I don't give a fuck. Like, oh, and I do got it recorded. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't owe me shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, bitch. Do you? Then, after we resolved that conversation on the phone, enough music video comes out, and then enough music video come out, and you start subbing me again because you and your delusional mind think I copied one of your music video contents. And it's like, bitch, I done told you before, you're not interesting enough for me to look at you. Like, you're not creative. Your music is boring. Everything about you is boring. I don't care. I don't care nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're bugging. So I let that die. I didn't call her again. I didn't anything. I just let it die. Months later, right? Months later, this girl is going to tell a producer, a very popular producer, that's cool with my ex, that I was cheating on him. And I was like, what? Never. Like, never, never, never. And she can't say that it's Stefan because I have proof when I started talking to Stefan. So then I was like, yo, who the fuck is saying that? So I had the girl that told me that she was going around saying that called the producer. And the producer confirmed that she was going around telling people that I was doing some shit. And then she got the nerve to say that I was doing some shit with some blood nigga. Bitch, you think I'm gonna give my pussy to some blood nigga? This is the thing. When bitches are not from the hood, because the bitch ain't from the hood. She's from somewhere in Massachusetts. That excites you. Hood niggas, gang members excite you. That don't excite me. That don't excite me. And it's crazy. Like, out of everybody I ever dated in my whole life, I only dated one person that was in a gang. I like hustlers. I like niggas that get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of person that I always been like. Even my first boyfriend wasn't even a gang member. I only dated one gang member, and y'all know about him. And that's it. So then, I was like, oh, all right. Now you trying it. Now you see that I didn't. Now you see that you couldn't stir up a beef with you claiming that I was copying you, because clearly I wasn't copying you. Now you want to do funny shit in my crib, like in my home. So that's when I did my shit on that Don't Save 'Em record with Glow and Meg. Like, cause I'ma pop my shit. Then it was completely, I got complete confirmation that she was the one that was going around spreading that rumor to not only that producer, but to other rappers that be around this man, because she said it on her disc, like, put it on your vows that you think. And it's like, girl, but guess what? I bet she can't prove nothing because I never did nothing. All right, cool. Fast forward now, right? You want to say your funky hot breath ass and say, why don't you just enjoy your pregnancy before I say something that hurts your feelings? Well, last year I was pregnant with Blossom, 5 months pregnant, and you was going around saying that I stepped on my marriage with a blood nigga at that. Hey, bitch, you think I don't know who the fuck I am? And now bitches want to act all innocent because you want to know why? Because you see you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. Then you can talk about I'm not going back and forth with Party when your biggest record, the Bodega record, is a reference. I have the reference on my phone. A man going word for word, bar for bar. So y'all can't even play me with that writing shit. I got the whole lot of money record. That shit was sent to me first, and I dubbed it. The whole lot of money record, that shit was sent to me first, and I dubbed it. And I have the reference track. So I don't want to hear none of that shit with that writer shit. The shit is, y'all bitches starting to realize that y'all thought I was an easy target to pick on, and I'm not. And I go to toe-to-toe with y'all bitches in the streets and in the booth. I don't give a fuck. If it's worth it, I'll go in the booth and tear y'all mouth bitches up. Tear y'all up. I went to the booth for the last bitch because that shit was weak as fuck. Whack as fuck. Think I'm gonna get my fucking fat ass off the bed, pregnant as fuck, and fucking call F. F said to me, like, bitch, I'm let's do an emergency. I ain't going to the studio for a whole 2 months. Enjoy yourself with your bitch. You think I'm gonna sit my ass down, go through beats, go through this, to reply to y'all weak ass shit? Y'all hoes do not move me. But it's just the audacity to me. It really be the audacity to me for these girls to act so clueless and to be like, she called me sounding all crazy. Why? Because you was subbing me in real time. You was subbing me in real time because you thought I copied the Missy Elliott reference. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Then you had the nerve to say that I was trying to copy your music video. Bitch, you're so mute to me. Now you want to act like, oh, enjoy your pregnancy. Did you let me enjoy my pregnancy? On my last pregnancy, when you were spreading rumors of me while I was pregnant with Blossom in the studio? Huh? And I have the calls, and I have the calls recorded for when that girl from Atlanta called that producer that you were spreading rumors about me. And then I knew it was you when you did that weak ass diss record. Like, yeah, put it on your vows. You never stepped. No, I never stepped. Never stepped. I never stepped till I walk away. I gave a nigga a warning and I told him, you know what? You gonna see. That's when I stepped. When I said so. And even if I was gonna step on my marriage, you think it was gonna be with a blood nigga like you was going around saying? But now. All right. Let me come back on the screen. When I don't care. I don't have the energy. This shit is stupid.
I don't care. I've never listened to a Bia song outside of that song, the diss track that she put out that people said was from a year ago. I thought it was a recent diss track. I guess Bia's going back in the studio. It's just so much weird wasted energy, you know? And it's just like, again, Cardi allows these people to trigger her, and I just don't understand. People are going to have something to say about you, child, to the day that you die. Imagine if I sat and confronted and called everyone who's like, Lovely T sucks, I hate her content. I don't have enough energy or fucks to care. Thank you for the diss. Bring more people my way to find out who I am. Like, I just don't care enough. I feel like at some point in time, when people are grown and you're getting money, you know what I'm saying? You just got to let things be water off of a duck's back. Everything does not require your energy. Everything does not require you, you know what I'm saying, trying to sun somebody or be the, you know, I'm that girl, I'm that, you know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce, how many times have Beyonce gotten dragged? People talk about her, her family. Beyonce don't respond back to nothing. She just goes to the studio. And she lets her music speak for her. You know, it's just like, I really feel like at this point in time, like I've been saying for years, the industry is dying. The money is not money. And what this whole beef has shown me is that a lot of people right now are struggling. And they need this beef. They need all of this drama, you know what I'm saying, to stay afloat. Because honestly, I think if Cardi would have just dropped her album and just let the chips fall where they may, she'd have been good. But the fact that, you know, the whole back and forth went with Nicki, you know, she allowed Nicki to bait her and they did the whole back and forth. What that did, all that did was put more money in Nicki's pocket. I think when Nicki posted that meme of her in the studio after the numbers came out, and she posted that meme of her in the chair, you know, like putting her glasses on. No, she was doing something like that. I'd have left it at that. Because it's like that energy that was given to her, she did that, she baited her. And then now you see Nicki's songs on the chart. Nicki's getting a bag. Nicki's getting money off of this. Then JT jumped in. I get JT jumping in, right? Because her name was mentioned in the diss track, you know, so JT's also trying to get involved. Then Saucy Santana. I feel like all these folks jumped in and got involved because, again, they need the money. Even Carisha ran to go drop merch because that Diddy money is not moneying. And you can say, well, okay, they're rich. Even if you sell 200, you know, million copies or whatever, when you're at that level, the expenses that you pay out far exceed what you bring in sometimes. Because you got to think about this. Cardi B has multiple houses. She has to pay for security, you know, caretakers for the babies, you know, just all the stuff that comes with being a huge celebrity. You know, that goes for both Cardi and Nicki. You know, you have to pay for so many things that the average person does not have to think about. So even if you're making, let's say, on the high end, $500,000, $1 million, you know, for said album sales, you might have $1 million plus in bills alone. And I feel like this is why, you know, the industry is just eating itself up. They're even saying now Glorilla and Meg have some type of underlying beef. Because Glorilla was on stage with Chris Brown at Chris Brown's concert in Atlanta, and Chris Brown is really close to Tory, and, you know, Glorilla has somehow, I think she showed Tory love or posted a Tory song, something like that. So supposedly there's some beef there, and we all know beef sells records. You know, everybody says that they want the girls to come together and, you know, perform and, you know, make songs together. That's not what y'all want. Y'all fans don't want that. Y'all fans are messy as fuck. Y'all love the drama. Y'all love the beef. Y'all love this whole stand culture where you can be like, I'm a Barb, I'm Barty Gang, I'm part of Glorilla's. I don't know what Glorilla's crew calls themselves, you know? And I feel like a lot of the drama comes from the fans.
What made you want to put Sue Me out? Because I think for a lot of us, we're filling in the blanks in our mind.
Okay, I don't know why that started playing. But, you know, I just feel like right now the industry's going through it. the money's not moneying. And this is why so many people hopped on this when she dropped her album. They all hopped to, you know, drop music, drop merch, get involved in the conversation, throw disses and everything else. Whereas I think she really should have just dropped her music and kept it moving and kept all that energy based on her sales alone. Just kept pushing her song, promoting her song, and ignoring everybody else. Because that's all they was trying to do was eat off of her. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing with her and Bia, like I said, I don't care enough because I don't know anything about Bia, what she got going on. But one thing that Cardi also has to realize is that when you are at the top of the food chain, right? Because that is what she is. She's one of the top female rappers, just like Nicki Minaj. When these girls are down here and you're up here, that is what people do. They're going to come for that title. They're going to come for you. They're going to throw shots. This is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The men do it all the time. How many times is a male rapper, like, let's think about Drake. You know, he's one of the top male rappers. How many people have come out dissing Drake, throwing shots at Drake, you know, little things like that? That is hip hop. It is a sport. None of these people really get along like that behind the scenes anyways. So it's going to be expected that people are going to throw shots at you. Just like even with Ice Spice, that's supposed to be expected. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop was based on competition. Way back to when Roxanne Shante came out, a 15-year-old rapper at the time, dissing some of the biggest male rappers. That is what hip hop is about. It's about ego. It's about bravado. It's about saying that I can overthrow and dethrone you. It's not about being friends. So if she's throwing shots and she's dropping disses and sneak dissing, that is what hip hop is. You know, so the only thing that should come from that is you getting in the studio and going back at her. You know, as long as it's all on wax, you know, that's how it should be. Now, somebody's bringing up Doja Cat. They said, I thought Doja Cat is retiring. She may end up retiring because her numbers are not doing well. Now, from what I've heard, I haven't listened to her whole album. I've only listened to like bits and pieces. A lot of people are saying that it's a solid body of work, that her album is a good album. But the problem with Doja Cat is, and I was saying this a year ago, and y'all thought I was being mean, you cannot bite the hand that feeds you. Remember, Doja Cat was going in on her fans. Talking about leave me alone, fuck y'all. You remember she was going on all these tirades, dissing the same people, even her fan pages. People who have created whole fandoms dedicated to her. They created whole Instagram pages to promote her. Remember she was going off on her own fan pages that they deactivated their fan pages. And this is the problem with a lot of these celebs. You want to tie it down to the same people that you need to buy your music. And basically her fans are speaking and they're showing her that you're not going to disrespect us and act like we're irrelevant. And now when you need to sell something, we're supposed to be like lemmings and just go out and buy and support. This is the worst her album has ever done. And like I said, from what I heard, the album is good. She has a lot of solid songs on there. I do like the music video with her and her mom. Her mom is a beautiful woman. But you have to watch how you treat your fans because people are speaking with their money. The music industry is not what it was. The money is not moneying. We are in a recession. People are dealing with real life issues. People are losing their jobs. People are not making the money that they was once making. People's bills are piling up. So you're not going to talk down to me and talk to me crazy, but then still want my coins. We're not doing that. And I think that everything that Doja put out there is coming back to bite her in the ass. And let's also not forget that whole demonic thing that she was putting out there a year ago. You know, she thought it was cute. She was trying to be edgy, but that also turned off a large segment of the population. It was too much. And now she wants to come back and be quote unquote normal. And people are like, no, you can't go from promoting demons and all that stuff to now you just want to be the normal edgy girl again. So, yeah, people are speaking with their dollars. So, I think a lot of people have to like really watch, you know, how they treat their fans and their supporters. Because the industry is not what it was. This is why all of these rappers are now trying to click up. I think they said Fabulous, David East, and one other person, they're starting a podcast. You notice they're all podcasting. They're all trying to live stream. They're all going on Kai Cenat's platform. They said, I think Tay, my son, my youngest, told me the other day that Ice Spice is now doing live streams. So the money's not moneying. And I hate that because it's like, these were platforms for regular people. You guys are supposed to be industry. You guys are supposed to be, the entertainers. You guys are supposed to be up here. But now the algorithm is literally, is it Jim Jones? Was that the third person? I know it's David East, Fabulous, and one other person. Maybe it is Jim Jones. I'm not sure. But it's like, yeah, they're like now trying to podcast. But I remember when Joe Budden started doing it, a lot of people like threw shade. But now they're all doing it. But the problem is, I don't care to hear a lot of their opinions. I don't want to sit and watch Fat Joe gossip for an hour. I'm not interested. I want to watch regular people give opinions on said topics who don't have connections in the industry, who aren't buddy so they can just keep it real. So I just hate the fact that now the algorithm is only pushing celebrities. This Twitch streamer, he ended up doing he ran a test. Now he has like millions of followers on Twitch, and he started about 6-7 years ago when it was an even playing field. And you could start up a Twitch account and, be featured on the homepage, be pushed through the algorithm, everything else. So he wanted to, and I forgot, if you guys can write the Twitch streamer's name, it's a white guy. Can't think of his name. But he wanted to run a test where he said, if I create a Twitch streaming account in 2025, will I be seen by anybody? If I'm just a regular kid who wants to be a streamer, because all the kids look up to these streamers, could I be the next Kai Cenat? Could I be the next, whoever the guy is in 2025? He opened up a Twitch account, and literally every day for a week, he would stream for about 5 hours. He couldn't get no more than 1 to 2 people in the room. And the reason why that is because streaming has become so over the top. It's become a whole production. Back when streaming and live streaming started, like what I do, it was just regular people in a room, playing video games, talking, shooting the shit. Now in order to be pushed, it's like this huge production. Who has money to be flying an entourage of 30 people to China to do a, IRL live stream? People don't have that budget. So because it's so over the top now and it's very oversaturated, it is so hard for regular young people to get in. Even here on YouTube, I don't see creators under 100,000 subscribers. If you don't have over 100,000 or at least 100,000 subscribers, very rarely do I see those videos in my feed. Whereas before, you would run across a mixture of creators. Some people with 500 subscribers, but they're saying some real shit. Some people with, 50,000. Some people with 1 million. But now it's like if you don't have a certain amount of subscribers, they're not pushing you through the algorithm. And I hate that. Because again, these platforms were created for regular people. Because we weren't able to go to Hollywood and be like, hey, I want a show like Oprah. They would laugh you out the door. So a lot of regular people were able to create their own shows online. And then once the celebrities started seeing that a lot of these influencers were getting just as big as these Hollywood celebrities and they were getting a bag, then they all started flooding YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and other platforms. So, yeah, it's crazy. Somebody said their feed is not showing them anything but celebs. Somebody says, no one can expect to join and immediately be relevant. It's not 2008 anymore. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. Yeah, of course. It's not like that anymore. But the reason why it's not like that, because it got oversaturated because of the celebs. And that's the part that sucks. Because again, if it wasn't for regular people building up these platforms, right? Because it was regular people who just wanted to, bring folks into their lives, to share their opinions, to show their cooking videos, to show their hair tutorials. None of these platforms would be where they are at today. YouTube would not be the conglomerate that it is today if it was not for regular people. Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff would not be what they are today if it was not for regular users. So that's the part that's unfortunate. That it needs to go back to that, because that's some of like the purest content is just regular people without the fancy backdrops. Because there was a lot of comments when I made that video at the Airbnb that a lot of people felt like it was like my old school YouTube videos. Wasn't high production. I was literally using my cell phone as a light and just the laptop camera. It's like, I miss those days. It's like everything is such a highly produced thing now, And with a lot of these highly produced shows, a lot of these people are compromised because the average person is not paying the overhead for that. They have donors. Hence all the drama that's going on right now with Candace Owens spilling the tea on Charlie Kirk. When you have all these donors and people, even like we talked about that last week, the whole dark water thing with Brian Tyler Cohen, David Pakman, and all that stuff. When you have all these people subsidizing your show and paying for stuff, they're also paying you to be their mouthpiece. Point blank, period. So I really wish we'd go back to that. I really do. Somebody said you can go to Upstream just to see postings of people, of regular people. I don't know what Upstream is. I've never heard of it. Miss Diva says, I'm a streamer on Twitch and I barely get views. Yeah. It's like we have to fight through the algorithm. If you are not with some type of like company or somebody backing you, you have to like really fight to get in through the algorithm. That's why I'm very grateful for my subscribers and the support that I have. And I think it bothers a lot of people because it's just me. I don't have a team. I don't want a big team. I mean, I have like my peoples who like Maria, who post and stuff for me like on my social media. But as far as like my YouTube, I do this on my own. It's me doing my research, editing, doing my breakdowns, my live streams. I am the lighting tech, the audio person. You know what I mean? We may have technical difficulties every now and then, but that's just because it's me running it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anybody else, and I like it that way because I don't want to be beholden to any damn body. You know what I'm saying? Especially not no studios. Because when you take that money, they own you. And when you want to break free, good luck. But I just hate the fact that everybody in my algorithm now, it's all corporate backed talking heads, commentators. Like I have to really fight and dig through to find regular people who are doing commentary. And when I find regular people who are doing good commentary and they're doing good edits and they're putting in the work, I make sure to subscribe. And then I go and see if they have a Patreon. And then I make sure to support them on Patreon or on, YouTube membership. Just so that way I'm paying that forward because I want them to keep making content. So, yeah, it is. It's really hard. Somebody said I'd be cracking the chat up. But, yeah, that's why I always laugh when people will be like, I think somebody left a comment talking about, you're just jealous because you're not on TV. Bitch, jealous of what? Do you understand that TV is coming to my platform? Why would I want to be on TV? TV is coming here. Like, this is not, 2010. We are in 2025. Television is coming to YouTube. Everybody is on YouTube. So why would I be jealous when television is dying? You know what I'm saying? Like, even now, streaming is dying. Piracy is back up. Piracy is higher now than it's been in years. Because Netflix, they just raised their prices again. Amazon Prime. The ads on Amazon Prime is insane. You're paying the $100 a year for Amazon Prime, but they're still showing you ads. And then they want you to pay an additional $6, $7 a month to get rid of ads. Hulu, ads. So at this point, everybody's like, I don't have time for this. And everybody's going back to piracy. So, yeah, no, everybody is coming to YouTube. Nobody gives a shit about television. This is why Don Lemon, Joy Reid, all of these people are on YouTube. These are not my competition. People who are in Hollywood. Now I have to fight the algorithm against the Joy Reid. It's insane. They're all coming here. So now let's go ahead and talk about here. Let's see. I don't even know how long I've been on because there's no time clock or nothing. I'm just gonna keep going. So let's talk about here. Offset and Sweetie. We gotta talk about this Sweetie drama, honey. They said Sweetie is out here on some hoe shit. But let's talk about the Offset Sweetie interview. Offset's been a chatty patty lately. He's doing a lot of interviews. He spoke to Keke Palmer yesterday. He was on Tamron Hall, I believe. No, I think he spoke to Keke Palmer the day before yesterday. He was on Tamron Hall yesterday, walking through the tunnel, dancing and stuff. So he was on that. So he's doing a lot of talking. I think he's promoting his album or something like that. Again, it's funny that Cardi B dropped her album and Offset is, running to catch that wave as well. So let's go ahead and watch this here. I think Keke should be good. We shouldn't be getting any copyrights from Keke. Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. We're on this browser. Okay, so this is his interview with Keke Palmer here. And shout out to Keke. She's been doing her thing. She looks so pretty here.
You and Sweetie?
No, man.
Was it true to you and Sweetie?
No, man. It was a rumor, man. And I feel like it was something deeper than that for the split of me and bro. It was something deeper than that. You know what I mean? It was something deeper than that. I don't really want to touch on, but it's something deeper than that. I think that was just like a thing that was a bug that I heard. I think people was trying to tear my situation down in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
you think there were business people that were plotting on you both?
For sure.
Yeah, and they were creating you guys, stopping you guys from being strong so that y'all couldn't go together against that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, because I would
Sounds
be seeing
I
would be seeing headlines and we men, so we don't play those games. We don't even know how to do that. And so it was just like, that was a weird thing though. That was kind of crazy.
I mean, the lengths that people go in our industry to enmesh themselves in your personal life to get certain outcomes in business.
Okay, so you heard him. He said that he did not mess with Sweetie and that him and Quavo's situation was deeper. I do believe that their situation was deeper, right? I do believe that, there was a lot of jealousy there as well. Because remember, Quavo was the Beyonce of the group. Quavo, before Offset got with Cardi B, everything was Quavo, Quavo, Quavo. And then when Offset and Cardi B started dating, that really caused Offset's star power to rise. Because people want to know, who is this guy that Cardi B's with? And Cardi B was doing so good then. And, her album was blowing up and just all that stuff. So then he started surpassing Quavo. And I feel like there was, tension and possibly some jealousy. And I do feel like, the label, QC and them, they definitely played a hand in that because initially, the Migos, the three amigos, they were together. They were going to sue for their money and, money that they were owed. And then all of a sudden that fell apart. But with that being said, that don't mean that he didn't smash Sweetie. That doesn't mean that, there wasn't something going on. So then he also went on to do this interview. We're going to watch this really quick. I'm not sure who this lady is. Forgive me. I've never seen her before.
I know you said that you would never get married again. Hold on. So when it comes to your next relationship, what are you looking for?
Stop it. Hold on. Let me pause this. Okay, there we go. So he did an interview recently because I guess he does have an album coming out. And he's talking about why he never wants to get married again. So I wanted to play this because I thought this was interesting. Let me just fix this real quick. Okay, so this is the interview that he did.
I know you said that you would never get married again. So when it comes to your next relationship, what are you looking for?
Support.
Support.
Just support me.
What scares you about marriage?
What scares me about marriage is like who I am.
Okay.
So it's like no privacy. And the no privacy creates conflict within the marriage and on the people on the outside looking around.
Objection. So he's upset because there's no privacy. No privacy creates conflict. The reason why you want privacy is because you want to cheat in peace. Like, let's keep it real. It's not about the privacy. You want to be able to make your moves, cheat, you know what I'm saying, stick and bust a move in peace. But because you're a high profile person dating a high profile person, you didn't have the privacy that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it was. Like, let's stop playing games. You want the privacy and the respect to cheat in private.
Around, like, the opinions.
Yeah, and I feel like you're going to have that regardless. Your life is under a microscope.
Exactly. So it's like...
What advice could you give to any other artist in the industry who is dating, but also trying to, you know, uphold that limelight as well?
Good luck. You know what I mean? Good luck. I'll stay head on. I feel like the best way to do it is have a relationship is private. If I could go back, private, man. That's
private.
Yeah, especially the stars. You gotta be private, bro. So y'all boys be private and good luck.
Not the way he looked at the camera. The whole face just says guilty. Okay, just guilty. Look at that look. You could just tell. Be private and good luck. You know, it's like he's acting like marriage is just like the worst thing. It's such a chore. It's not a chore. It's really not that hard if you're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're being faithful and you're following your vows and communicating, it's not, you know, it shouldn't be that damn hard, especially once you get to a certain age and you know what you want. It's a lot harder when you're younger, but no, what it is, he wants to cheat in peace. So now let's go ahead. There's some tea coming out about Sweatie, honey. They said Sweatie out here on some goofy shit. They're accusing her of owing folks money and sleeping with married folks. So there's a lady, her name is Maybach May. Let me see if we can find a picture of Maybach May. I want to say she's either Ethiopian or Somalian. Oh, Ethiopian. Okay. So this is Maybach May, honey. Let me go ahead and bring y'all to her page, child. Let's pull it up on this one. All right. So this is Maybach May, Ethiopian princess. Okay. Maybach May gives me vibes that she likes to travel, you know, first class. Okay. Private jets. You know, looks like she's selling something, honey. Oh, let's hear her talk. Too much noise. I can't stand background noise. Okay. All right, let's see some more. Okay, pretty lady. Of course, gotta show she got an ass. Me standing on business. Okay. All right, child. Let's see. I want y'all to get an idea of this May lady. Oh, okay. Got a nice, you know, a lot of cars to choose from. Oh. What are we doing for a living that we're just around all this luxury? Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Oh, here she is. All right, with Devin Haney in the ring. Oh, okay. She knows a lot of famous people. All right. Oh, even holding, title weight belts. Okay. Making sure to show her ass. Okay. All right, girl. Let's see some more pictures. Okay, pretty girl. This is my first time on her page. More private jets. Oh, okay. All right. Balenciagas with the socks. Y'all be living the life, bitch. Okay. All right. Okay, nice little penthouse. Interesting. All right, so this is a lady here. She's blasting Sweetie. Okay? No, she's not AI. She's a real person. She says Sweetie owes her some money. Okay? Let's go ahead and check this out here. So she's saying, Sweetie accused of avoiding debts and using Jadon Sancho for his money. Okay? So all of this drama is on Twitter. Let's see here. So Maybach May is spilling Sweetie's tea. Let me try and fix this here. Let me just try and resize this. We want to be able to read everything. We want all this tea that Maybach May is spilling on Sweetie. Okay. So Maybach May is saying, hey, at Sweetie, I see you playing internet games on Beyonce's internet, child. Let me know how you want to play this. I'm either going to receive my money from you or I can start addressing some of them rumors with at TMZ. We spent almost a month in Africa. You should know I wasn't going to let you play me out some money. When? Winky face emoji. And I don't know what Sweetie's doing in this picture. Looks like she's in a car. I don't know if she's about to bite into a sandwich or, give some head. I don't know. I'm just, mouth is open, head is down. It's a strange picture. Seen a lot of pretty pictures of Sweetie. This is, her hair is kind of wild. What was she doing in the car? I don't know. It's an interesting picture. Okay. See what else she wrote. Then she goes on to say, bring this down here. She says, I tried to be nice. Nice don't get you nowhere. Kissy face emoji. Huh. Okay. Then she says, let's see here. I want to make sure y'all are getting all this tea. She says, cocaine, witchcraft, and liquor is one hell of a mix. Send me my bread, homewrecker, at Sweetie. So now she's accusing Sweetie of being a cokehead, dabbling in witchcraft and liquor. It sounds like these rap girls have a lot of, there's a dark side to the rap industry. I talked about this in my mermaid video. I hate the fact that this chair keeps squeaking. It's hitting the table. I talked about this in my mermaid video. Remember when, if you guys have not watched my mermaid deep dive, watch it. I talked about how Kodak Black was sacrificing money, was paying money to the mermaids. He was throwing hundreds into the sea. Nikki talked about witchcraft being done on her and ganja burn. Cardi B has talked about witchcraft being done on her. And now we have this lady, Maybach May, saying that Sweetie dabbles in witchcraft. Okay? So now she's showing some text messages. So let's get into this tea. Somebody named Dee Dee. I want to make sure y'all can see this. Okay. So she says, my messages to you are blue. Oh, now they back. What you doing or where you at? I don't know. WYD. We should do a big bear trip with good friends. Group co-ed. Oh my gosh, it's so nice here. Not even that cold. It's 2 hours from LA. Then the person replies back, they say at the studio, girl, all my friends are out of state. This is all back in March. Then they say, when bitches run it up on Jadon, how much they doing in a weekend? Then Maybach May says, Sancho, after you done paying and getting tattoos of a hoe you barely know, run me my money. She hates her career, so you came right on time, like the trick you are. I just want what y'all owe me. So she's talking about the dude that Sweetie's currently with. So this is him. She's hugging him here. And this person says, they want Sancho to lower his wages with Sweetie on his roster. Please be serious. This person says, you thought you was getting $100K per week, pay raise, and then Sweetie asking for her third Birkin bag this week. It's a Wednesday. She goes on to write, I'll tell y'all a joke, but I ain't never told... No. She says, I'll tell a joke, but I ain't never told no lie. I sent you to Dubai because you never balled before. I was depressed. Hold on, because you never balled before and was depressed looking for a happy life. Took you to London. Babes took you to Nigeria. Booked you on an Australian tour. I helped this girl so much, only for her to play with my money at the end. I'm just missing my money from London. Pay up, cokehead, for I start naming the rest of the husbands you was playing with. Now clock that T. She said husbands. Sounds like she may have some confirmation on Offset and Sweetie. Now, what's very interesting to me is that I think about a week ago we were talking about Sweetie. She was crying about, pretty privilege affecting her and her not being able to sell her albums because she's so pretty and people not really supporting her. So it sounds like Sweetie is doing some strange things for some change. Now, if you guys watch my Dubai deep dive, I've done a lot of deep dives over the years, and one of them was the Dubai one. A lot of these girls are high-end prostitutes. They are going to Dubai. They're participating in potty rituals and getting money from rich Arabs. And because of said pretty privilege, it looks like that's also helped Sweetie enter into this world. This girl, Maybach May, sounds like a madam. Let me keep that all the way real. From what I see on her Instagram page, it sounds like she's out here pimping hoes. See, a lot of people tend to think that in the industry, it's men. It's the males that are pimping out the girls. But a lot of these women are basically the black and urban version of Ghislaine Maxwell. She's saying, you owe me money for things in Dubai. I took you to Nigeria. You owe me money from the trip to London. Sweetie's not popping. This broad sold $200K of her last album. Now she gets bags, as far as endorsement deals, but what is she on a world tour doing? Last time I checked, Nicki Minaj is doing world tours. Cardi B is doing tours. Taylor Swift. I've never heard Sweetie's name involved in any type of world tour. Might be mistaken, but I don't recall. And especially right now. She hasn't dropped anything. So what is she doing in Nigeria and Dubai and London? Especially when the money's not money and times are hard. I'm not saying she's broke, but it's not like the money is money in the rap industry. And that was a very strange picture that the May lady put up of her. So is Sweetie out here doing some strange things for some change? The lady's already accusing her of sleeping with people's husbands. Remember, wasn't that her in the hotel room with little baby? And little baby was in a relationship at the time with somebody. Remember, people were matching the jeans that little baby had on to the guy that Sweetie was taking a secret picture of, and people were saying it wasn't Quavo. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire. And it's very interesting that her name keeps getting brought up in conversations of being the other woman, being a side chick, sleeping with husbands. And now this girl is out here potentially spilling her tea. So, again, y'all, we look at these Instagram pages and we get enamored by the private jets and the, you know, red carpet events and the pretty ballroom gowns. But you don't know what these influencers are doing for their money. A lot of folks are out here doing a lot of strange things for some change. Private jets are not cheap. And this lady's just on private jets. Doing what? Hell, first class isn't cheap. Can we talk about first class? Shit, first class is not cheap. And y'all are riding on private jets? On PJs? We know what the baddies are allegedly doing to get on their PJs. Allegedly. So is Sweetie doing the same thing? Because old girl's saying, you better run me my money before I bring them receipts to TMZ. She sounds like she's not playing. She sounds like she's about that life. So, yeah, very interesting. Her bio says she's an entrepreneur. Everybody who's selling coochie is an entrepreneur. Like I've said, back in the day, the Holstro was, you know, Main Street USA. Then it went from the Holstro to Backpages and Craigslist, and now it's Instagram. Now it's TikTok. Now it's the new Holstro is in the DMs. So it's going to be interesting to see if Sweetie responds to this or to see what happens. Let me see if I can find that picture here. Yeah, there was a lot of people, you know, they're saying it was rumors, but a lot of people were saying that back then Sweetie was messing with little baby. Let me find the picture. She's had this reputation for a while. Again, we keep receipts here. Here goes the picture. Let me zoom in here. Who remembers this? Remember, she posted a picture of her sitting on somebody's lap. Little baby had on the same outfit in the Chanel store. Even the shoes, down to the shoes. So, I don't know. People said it was, you know, Quavo, but folks said no, that was Baby. And at the time, Baby was in a relationship. So, you know, again, I'm just reporting the news. So they're saying she's out. It just sounds to me, from what I'm able to read in between the lines and the tea that I'm getting from what the Maybach lady is saying, I'm just getting, you know what I'm saying, madam who didn't get her coins. That's what I'm getting from that whole conversation. Because again, what world tour is Sweetie on? She was just crying about how nobody's buying her albums and, you know, she's not respected because she's so pretty and all this other stuff. Her whole personality is pretty. So when your whole personality is pretty, I wouldn't be shocked if that's what she's having to do, is to not only sell prettiness to people, but other things as well, unfortunately. So we'll see if she ends up responding to this lady. So now let's get on the drama with Ekane and Tia Kemp. I didn't see this coming. This wasn't on my bingo card. But Tia Kemp, who is Rick Ross's baby mama, is beefing with somebody half her age, which to me makes no sense. And Ekane is clapping back. So let me... Because Tia Kemp has been into it with the Barbs as well. She's been going off about the whole Nicki Cardi drama. So to be fair, Tia did mention Ekane first, and then Ekane responded to Tia. Because somebody tried to say that Ekane looked like Tia, and I think her and Tia do look a lot alike, like mother and daughter. Not like sister or anything like that, but like mother and daughter. And they both have the same disposition. So let me pull this up here.
Honestly, I'm tired.
Okay, so Ekane is responding to Tia Kemp. Let me go ahead and shrink this down a bit. Okay. So we're going to watch, because Tia Kemp brought up her name first, so then they just start having this crazy back and forth on TikTok.
Saturday. I remind you of Tia Kemp, please don't disrespect me. I'm 25 years old. I am not 50 years old on TikTok Live. I'm 25, honey. I'm doing exactly what needs to be done at my age. No thank you. No thank you. Anywho, I swear, y'all, if I'm somebody's grandma on TikTok Live still, y'all need to report my page. I'm dead ass serious. Y'all need to report me. Y'all need to report all my pages. Immediately. Anyways. Thanks for the gifts, babe. Honestly, I'm tatted up.
Sorry, I ain't have babies from a dick eater and a dick sucker and a boongie bouncer. No, baby, not me. And I want to get my ass kicked around my motherfucking churn hoe. You got me all fucked up. Yeah, mine ain't grow up with resentment. Mine ain't fucked up in the head, bitch. And another thing, hoe, I wouldn't dare shave my motherfucking head to put no motherfucking white person wig on my motherfucking beautiful ass motherfucking black head, bitch. You better find you somebody else to play with, little girl, and watch your motherfucking mouth or you talk about me, hoe. Talking about what a bitch should be doing when they 50 years old. Bitch, you better hope you get 50. You better hope you get 50 around here still popping out motherfucking Ritalin babies. See, I ain't want to say what I wanted to say, ho. I'm trying to get you hoes with these fucked up bitch. Way grown hoe. Yeah, I could say what the fun mean. I'm trying to get you bitches, a lot of you hoes, you pretty perk head ass, pussy ass hoes who keep coming to my motherfucking phone and playing on my phone and texting me all this fuck shit about some Nicki Minaj. Fuck you and that bitch. Fuck her. Tell that hoe go scream up Beyonce name. I ain't her motherfucking Pierce pussy hoes. Find somebody to play with. I ain't these rap girlies. Y'all hoes better go find y'all somebody to play with, bitch. I ain't your mammy either. You might have played with that big pussy hoe, but you ain't gonna play with motherfucking me, hoe. Find you someone to play with, bitch. Yes. Stinking bitches. Funky ass, stinking ass, cock breath hoes. Oh yeah, I woke up with the shits cuz for the past few days, I couldn't do nothing but I'm resting and going over movie role scripts. I don't have time to be playing with these dick sucking bitches. And every time I turn around my phone, ringing, and text messages from dick sucking ass Barbs that got my number and playing on my motherfucking phone. I done had to cuss out and block 42 punks with syphilis up their ass.
Damn.
Don't fucking play with me. Find so go play with them, bitch. We ain't in the same demographics, ho. I don't entertain sissies. Get your bitch ass off my motherfucking line.
Y'all know Tia gonna go off. So there's some more videos. Let me see if I have them up here. Let's see. Let me go. Because they go back and forth for a while. There was another video. Okay, I think.
Mentioning the kid shit, like this what I'm saying. And then she had the nerve to sit up and call Nicki Minaj childish. Look how you react because you so mad because you 50 years old clapping your ass on TikTok. Then to mentioning the kid.
Let me see. There was a longer one of Ekane going off. Oh, I remember this. Her and 50 Cent back in the day, child. It was another video. Let me, hold on. Is this it? No, that wasn't it. Let me. Okay, maybe this is it.
I just went to the orthodontist a couple days ago. I swear. A couple days ago. I swear. I just went there. They changed my colors. I've been there, like, I go there every month, I swear. That's why my teeth are straightening up, auntie. But anywho, why are you that mad? You proceed to say you don't know who Ekane is, and then try to run down everything about Ekane. But you swear, why you be the bitches that swear they don't know me, that seem to know every little, bitch, y'all say the same shit every time. Okay, yeah, my story different than yours, but it seems like I'm living just as good as you were. Let's just be very honest. You laid up under Rick Ross' big nasty ass for a 200K car. You bragged about a 200K car. My car was 150K. No baby daddy to leech off of. I don't have a rich baby daddy. I gotta hustle for my shit. Yeah, that's my life. I do gotta hustle. My bad. My bad. I ain't fucked no fat, nasty ass, orangutan built ass nigga to get a 200K car. Ooh, 200K. Girl, that's exactly my problem. You saying I should be doing what you doing, but that's the problem, yeah? See? You 50 years old doing shit that Ekane did at 20. It's time for you to grow the fuck up. You clapping your ass, frying chicken in Versace rolls and prank calling people at 50 years old. Bitch, I did that at 20. Go look up the videos, ho. Because it seemed like you did some research on me. Bitch, you ain't researched enough. You can't fuck with me. Hell, is you cool? Are you cool, young T? Your old ass needs to be burping your grandson. Go cook up a Sunday dinner for once in your motherfucking life, ho. You too old. You want to beef with a young turn bitch like me when I paved the way for you, you old bitch. Ooh. I paved the, that's me. When I look in your comments, they say this Ekane in 20 years. Is you cool? We kind of look alike, young T. Like, you look like you could be my pet or something. You feel me? Like, you look like, come on, you always in there. Ekane, like, girl, it's always bitches with them big ass teeth. Like, okay, bye, Steve. Bye, Steve. I don't care. Just don't get my real teeth fixed. Bye. If I wanted some veneers, Veronica right up the street. She got a special going on. All she wanted some head. I can give me some big ass teeth just like you. Just like you, queen. I don't need to do shit you doing. Because at your age, hopefully, I can relax and just live in real life and take care of my family. I don't want to have to hop on TikTok Live and clap it. Only thing you got that I want is a fat ass butt. That's it. Anything else you got, I can get. You forgot you was talking to Ekane. Google me, bitch. Thank you. I love you, you old honey. And that dusty, dirty, mangy bitch. I don't know who this dusty, dirty, mangy bitch Ekane is. But bitch, you could never. Then to mentioning the kid shit, like, this what I'm saying. And then she had the nerve to sit up and call Nicki Minaj childish. Look how you react, cause you so mad, cause you 50 years old clapping your ass on TikTok. You talk about kids that are innocent. Don't know nothing about nothing. Don't deserve to be talked about at all. But you know what? It's cool. We'll cry. All
right, child. These people are a mess. Let's see. I think, did she say something else here? Let's see. She's yelling. Let's see what she's talking about. Let me unmute this.
Girl, if you don't go sit your ugly something years old. Yeah, I'm doing what you should be motherfucking doing. Yes, way more. You TikTok troll. Girl, if you don't go sit your ugly ass down and take them funny looking children to therapy and get them some help with they picky head ass and get from around that, I don't know what that man is you with, that straddling both sides of the motherfucking fence, because that's what he give me, baby. I wasn't fucking a man that sound like and look like and walk like he sucked dick, okay? I ain't have babies from a sissy, all right? So we ain't in the same headspace. Stay in your lane, and I'm gonna stay in mine. Little yuck mouth bitch. All right? That's all I got to say to you. Girl, go have your little funny looking little half. I don't even want to say it, but you know what the fuck I want to motherfucker say. Whatever the fuck, little churn, and keep getting your ass beat round them motherfuckers, because they gonna grow up with resentment towards you. And table for two already done read you down to the ground. I don't think it's much I need to say to your raggedy yuck mouth ass. But to go your ass to an orthodontist and get them yucky ass Medicaid braces out your motherfucking mouth before you come for a bitch like me. Thank you. Have a good day, patchy head, bald head, dusty, crusty head, dandruff head, bitch.
This too much. I didn't. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is my face right now. Like, just wait. Woo! Damn! They both can drag. Oh my gosh. That was a mess. Oh my goodness. Ekane and Tia Kemp, y'all. Child, they've been going back and forth for the past 2 days on TikTok. I've just been seeing different videos. They're both too old to be messing around and going back and forth like that. That is crazy. But yeah, Chad, I just wanted to let y'all, in on that little bit of tea, them going back and forth and arguing and everything. So I think that's all we got. It's been a good stream. I've been on, it's 9:20. Dang. So I've been on here at least 2 hours. I think we started like 6:30. Yeah, I've been on here for a while. I don't even feel like it. That's how fast time has flown, y'all. Let me read the rest of these super chats. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. APS says, good morning, T. Love and support from your #1 fan from Thailand. We know what sign you don't rock with, but do you rock with Aries? Yes, my sister-in-law, my ex-husband's sister, she's an Aries, and she's a sweet lady. So, yeah, I definitely rock with the Aries, honey. He's a Pisces. But thank you so much for the super chat. I hope you enjoy your morning there in Thailand. I know it's beautiful. I'd love to go to Thailand one day. Let's see here. Emmanuel Warner sent $4.99, says, hello, T. Today is my girlfriend Kennedy's birthday. We learned that we both watched you on our first date. Thank you for being what we bond over. That is so sweet. Well, happy birthday to her. Shout out to a fella. Well, I'm not a Libra, but I love my Libras. My son is a Libra. The L and L, Leo Libra. So happy birthday to your girlfriend, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Let's see here. King Devante. Sim 499, he says, I don't care what nobody says. Taylor Swift paid them folks to say her album is perfection. She's still singing as if she's a teenager. Oh, folks been roasting Taylor Swift. I haven't heard the album yet, and at this point, I don't want to hear it. All I've seen on TikTok is people demolishing that album. They're saying that Taylor Swift has no growth. Like, she's still talking about the same things that she was talking about years ago. She's acting like that, old person who graduated high school in the 90s who's still walking around in their Letterman jacket. Like, back in my day, I was the baddest soccer player, you know what I'm saying? At such and such. Like, okay, we get that. That was in 1999. What are you doing now? Yeah, people have been dragging that album. Do y'all want to see some people drag it? I can see there's some people on TikTok. Because they said that album is trash. Yeah, they're going in. They're saying it's giving Mean Girls and Insecure. Y'all want to watch some before I go? Let me read the rest of these super chats. We'll check out some TikTokers talking about Taylor Swift. Let's see here. Mr. Ashley Alexander says, T, you need to start your own social media. That would be fun. Well, my Discord is kind of like my own social media. So I guess you could say that. I kind of started that. But thank you for the super chat. And Dexter Davis, shout out to Dexter Davis. He did grant a YouTube membership. So if somebody wants a YouTube membership, he did provide one earlier in the show. Jazz sent $19.99. Says, hey, T, there's something called posting Inu where people aren't posting casually anymore. I think one of the reasons is what you said about celebrities and high production stuff. Called posting Inu where people aren't posting. I've never heard. Let me Google. I don't know what that is. Are you expecting posting a picture of what you ate? What is posting Inu? It's a weary or dissatisfied or bored feeling of people experience when they have to post on social media as a chore rather than a source of joy, often due to the pressure to perform and a feeling of inauthenticity. I've never heard of that, posting Inu or N-U-I. I don't know, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm going to have to look that up. So it's a weariness of posting on social media. Huh. That's interesting. And I can say I've suffered from that. There's been times where I've wanted to, like, you know, post a picture of myself, and then I'll get ready to post, and then somebody else's picture will pop up, and it's like glamorous and, you know, pretty and hair, makeup, and they're in, you know, whatever fabulous part of the world. It's like, yeah, I'm not about to post a picture of me in my living room. Delete. Yeah, that is very real because, again, everything is so over the top and curated. That is one thing I like about TikTok is that it doesn't have that curated factor like Instagram does. Because there's a lot of stuff I remember, I think I went like a whole year where I didn't even post any pictures of myself on Instagram. And then when I did, it was a lot of comments. Like, people were shocked, like, oh, I didn't know this was a regular person's page. Because we had just been posting blogs. So people didn't even, because, you know, sometimes people don't read. They'll just follow a page thinking it's like a shade room. And it was funny comments like, oh, I didn't know this was actually a person's page. I'm like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Please go to my YouTube page and subscribe. Because I hadn't posted a picture of me in a year. So that is, I didn't know that's what it was called. But that is a very real phenomenon because it's just like, after a while you don't want to post because everything is so, you know, high def and, you know, curated and everything is perfection. So I can definitely see that. I definitely see that. Let's see here. Sab says, did you hear about Taylor Swift's racist lyrics? No, I did not. I just heard that the album was bad, so I don't know the ins and outs of the album. What did she say that was racist? Kittabug 1983 says she must be in Dollar Tree. She must be in the Dollar Tree Witchcraft section because it doesn't stop her album from only selling 3 copies. Oh yeah, I was talking about Sweatie. Thank you for the super chat. Shannon says Drake's lawsuit was thrown out. Ooh. I know he's salty. He thought he's about to eat. Literally. They threw that shit out. That's what he gets. So let me see what some people are saying about Taylor Swift's album. Give me just a second. Let's go on. Is this the one? Let's click on her.
Taylor Swift knows she's not Travis Kelce's type, and that's what the album gave me. So not only was the album trash and the lyrics were trash, it gave, I'm jealous because I'm not my future husband's type. You look at his dating history, you see all these beautiful women. You look down her dating history, you see all these mediocre looking men, and then you get to the end and Travis is her best pull. Her best pull. You look at Travis's dating history and she is his worst pull. And she's insecure because she knows that the entire internet, everyone can see that he settled for her looks-wise because she's a very famous singer and a billionaire. Which, honestly, that's game. And game recognized game. So, whatever. But she's very, very insecure about it. And that's all this album gave. Like, I'm jealous and I'm insecure, but I want to have your babies and you're mine and your dick is so big. And I was just like, ooh. Is this Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter? And I can't even compare her to Sabrina Carpenter because that would be so insulting to Sabrina, because that's Sabrina's niche, that very sexualized pop, and she eats at it. It seemed like Taylor Swift was taking a page out of her book, but then using like a Blake Lively view on it. I'm blonde and I should be the one that you want, and like I have you, but my mind is elsewhere. I don't know. She was just a fucking mess. It was just bad. Taylor Swift knows she's not.
And we know that Travis Kelce used to date Kayla Nicole, who is a gorgeous black woman. I might have to hear this album that y'all are talking about just to be nosy.
If you still listen to Taylor Swift, here's your reason to stop. Life of a Showgirl is hands down her worst album that she's ever created. And if you're a parent who allows your child to listen to Taylor Swift, you might want to reconsider it after this. Taylor Swift.
Damn, it's that bad? Continue, sir.
Swift is no longer the sweet little innocent girl that we all used to love whenever she sang songs like 15, Teardrops on My Guitar, or Tim McGraw, but she's gone full-blown demonic ever since Look What You Made Me Do came out. And many people blew it off, but if you still listen, you may want to stop now, because Life of a Showgirl has 8 out of 12 songs that are marked explicit. And she has lyrics that talks about selling her soul to the devil, offing a girl, and a few other disgusting lyrics that I won't say, but I'll put them up on the screen and block out the words for you.
Wait, she wants to off a girl. Taylor Swift is talking about killing somebody? Girl, you that pressed? This is disturbing.
She even sings about Travis Kelce's redwood tree and saying she knows that she doesn't have to catch a bouquet to know a hard rock is on the way, if you know what I mean. She even has a diss track for Charlie XCX. This album is filled with explicit sexual innuendos, undertones of selling your soul, and it's just all around awful. So stop listening to Taylor Swift and share this with a Swiftie. If you still listen to Taylor Swift, here's your reason.
So now that people don't like the whole, like, but I'm not a bad bitch, I'm not a savage. Another lyric that rubs me the wrong way is, you know how to ball and I know Aristotle. What's up with her, like, using black slang to put people down? To be like, you're a dumbass nigga.
Like, I can't stand when people, like, speed up their voices. Like, either talk regular or move. I just can't. Sorry, we gotta go to the next person. She's hurting my ears. The chipmunk shit, like, I'm not for.
Someone's got to tell Miss Taylor Swift that you cannot deliver your industry call-out, ex-friend call-out, thinly veiled diss track album in a camp rock motif. Just doesn't work. Really undermines the impact of that message. And Swifties out.
Okay, she needs tea. Her voice is just, it's squeaky, and she needs some hot tea. Next. Damn. The first girl ate, the second guy ate.
I'm going to be quite frank with you. I didn't listen to that Taylor Swift album. I just know it's trash. I was hearing snips and pieces. I never heard the full songs of any of the songs on that album. However, I do know that they are fucking trash. Taylor's best song, in my opinion, is Wildest Dreams.
Okay, not him having a review and just saying he didn't listen to anything. I just know it's trash. It's trash. Thank you, young man.
Y'all, so I'm seeing a lot of people on the internet talking about Taylor Swift new album, talking about it's trash, this and that. And the whole time I'm just like, dang, like, I thought we been knew this. Like, for real, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Taylor Swift do got some hits, but like, I feel like it's always her old music. Like, the only songs I can think of is I Knew You Were Trouble. Folklore had some good songs. Evermore, I just feel like she just dropped album after album after album after album over and over again. It's like a money cash grab because she know y'all gonna buy it every single time. And it's like, she can write the fuck out of her music. Like, she can. Like, she's very talented, but it's like, y'all gonna buy every and anything. So it's like, she can put out bullshit and she knows that it's still going to sell. Just hence this last album. And now look at y'all in an uproar.
All right. Do you have lyrics for us to dissect, sir? You're not saying anything. Next.
Baby, not the YC's mad about Taylor's album, bitch. They calling it garbage. Garbage. They sell, ooh, no. They over there dragging Taylor Swift for filth. The Swifties, I never thought I'd see the day that people would actually say that Taylor Swift's music is trash. Every time somebody try to come for Taylor Swift, it's never successful because of her fan base. But her own fucking fans said it sound like Old Navy music.
Yeah, the Swifties have been going in on her. They're very upset. We might have to pull up a Swiftie hashtag and see what they're saying, actually. Let's go on to the next.
As a new Taylor Swiftie of this year, even though I was been listening to her songs, but I just wasn't a fan than how I was, how I am now. But I cannot deny that her new album is not good at all. Like her new album is literally not good. It's like she's stuck on this one lower level and not elevating, especially for her to be 35. It's like her songs is literally meant for teenage little white girls,
Okay, hold on. Taylor Swift is 35? Let me come back on the screen. Taylor Swift is 35 years old? So she's 5 years shy of 40? Why does she still act like she's 15? I really thought like Taylor Swift was like 26, 27. I didn't know she was that old. Not, and I'm not saying 35 is old. I just didn't know that was she was that big age. I really thought Taylor Swift was like 26, 27. This lady is closer to 40 than she is 20. Wow. Okay, girl, I'm going to need you to grow up. Okay? Let's continue back with what this young man was saying. He just spilled some tea. I had no idea that she was that old.
And that's cool that you have an audience that you that you pin for. But at the same time, Taylor Swift, you're 35. Like when is the adults? You know, like when you gonna start making music for adults for her? Because like you literally making music for teenage little white girls, and that's cool. But it's like I said, like it's like her phase. It's like she's stuck on that level though. It's no elevating. It's people around her age that from when they was younger and elevated, you know, and now higher up, you know, with their music. It's like Taylor Swift is stuck for the past 50,000 million fucking songs that she make. It's like the songs literally sound the same. Like her album literally sell like 50,000 million fucking songs that she made. And fucking how many albums she got? Like, it's like she's stuck on this level for teenage little white girls. And it's like, bro, Taylor Swift, I like you, bro. I literally like you. And I cannot deny, like, your pen is really crazy. But it's like the simple fact, like, I'm tired of hearing the same thing, you know? Like, I'm tired of hearing the same.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that information. All right, listen, let's see. We'll watch a few more.
The white girlies are eating Taylor Swift up.
Okay, spill the tea, sis.
She out here believing she had like a Zayden Ryerson. Baby, you got a football player, okay? You thought you was living everybody's dream? Have you not read Fourth Wing? That's our dream. Every white girl and every other person reading Fourth Wing. That's the dream. You lost the plot. Meanwhile, if we wanted some escapism, you're the last thing, Taylor. You misrepresented yourself so freaking quickly. Somebody said the other day, how are you still stuck in high school? Girl, talk about some of you on the bleachers. Girl, get off them bleachers. You're going to jail. That's pedophile behavior. At the end of the day, she's lost touch with her audience. Taylor Swift really got a man and then said, look, girlies, I got a man and I'm better than you. Oh, also, I'm rich. If you didn't notice, I'm rich. And she thought that people were going to be like, that was going to bond them to her. So watching this downfall, like watching this happen in real time is really interesting because people have been saying this for years, that Taylor Swift cannot connect with her audience anymore. The white girl.
That's interesting because that is one thing that you have to be able to grow. You know, that's with any musician. You have to be able to grow. And that's been the issues with a lot of the rap girls is that for a lot of people, you know, if they started listening to you when they were in high school, and now, you know, they've changed over the years, you know, they're married or in relationships, they have children. You want the music to elevate. I don't want to hear a 40-year-old rapper rapping about her coochie being wet. Bitch, okay? And water's wet. Like what else? You know, it's like we need more. You know, so that's the thing is like people get tired of folks not elevating with their music. You know, especially when you start off really young, it's like, tell us about your life. Tell us about your career, the hardships, the ups, the downs, you know, motherhood, you know, relationships, divorce, makeup, breakups, the things that, you know, that you go through in life. That's what people want to hear when they listen to music. You know, they don't want to hear the same old, I'm rich, you're poor, my coochie's wet. You know what I'm saying? I'm that girl. Everybody's hating on me. Like, we don't care. We don't care about the bubblegum songs and raps. You know what I'm saying? It's like at some point in time, people want to hear elevation. And for her to be singing about sitting on the bleachers of what high school? Ma'am, at your age, you should be, you know, you might have a child in high school if you had them young enough. What the hell are you talking about? Like, what the... You're on the bleachers? Like, you could have a daughter that age. Like, what are you talking about? You know, so... Yeah, it's sad. It seems like her and a lot of people in the industry, they're just stuck. They're like forever, you know, young. They're like just stuck and they can't grow and elevate, you know, past like the bubblegum phase. So, yeah, it just looks like folks are really eating Taylor up. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any Swifties. There's some white girls going in on her. Y'all want to watch a few more before I go? Let's see. It's a few more people going in. I don't know. I just find these reactions just really interesting. All right, let's see what she's saying. Hopefully,
sorry, it's still so crazy to me to see how many Taylor Swift fans are making a mass exodus from her fan base right now. Like, how did it take you guys this long to realize she's a terrible person? I am a certified anti-Swiftie, and I keep seeing all these other certified anti-Swifties making videos saying things along the lines of, I don't know why her fans that don't like this album are so surprised with how bad it sounds, because what you're hearing right now is what we've been hearing the entire time. The only difference between this album, The Life of a Showgirl, and her other albums is that this album, she's being very blatant, saying verbatim who she is and what she's about. The only difference between this album, The Life of a Showgirl, and her other albums is that her other albums are wrapped up in these like cryptic pseudo-intellectual poems that sound nice, but the underlying message is still the same. Don't get it twisted, the underlying messages in her entire discography have always been the same. It's always been, I'm a girl's girl until I see another woman daring to be her authentic self. I'm a girl's girl until I see another woman surpassing my success. I'm a girl's girl until I see another woman who looks better than me and gets picked by a man that I wanted and I didn't get. I'm a girl's girl until another woman holds me accountable to my own shortcomings. Then Taylor Swift is always the victim, never fails. And she's always been this ultimate pick-me girl on this faux pseudo-feminist BS. Like, one song she'll talk about feminism and squad goals and girls sticking together and female friendships, and then the next song she'll tell you that she has no problem sticking by a man's side who has a history of degrading, abusing women, misogyny, racism, as long as he picks her and treats her differently and it benefits her socially, professionally. But when that social professional currency dries up, that's when she'll leave. That's what gets her to leave. And then yet again, Taylor Swift never fails to be the victim, because in the next album, she'll sing all about how she was that man's victim, even though she knew who he was the entire time. Make it make sense.
Okay, her video is kind of long, but okay, she kind of, again, I don't know all this, the ins and outs of Taylor Swift. I just know a few of her commercial songs. So this is very interesting. I didn't know she was that dark. Okay. Let's see what she got.
Why is Taylor Swift lying about Travis Kelce's height? She did it last week on one of her radio show appearances, and she said he was 6'6". She was talking about him walking through a door like he's a 6'6" guy. I kind of was like, that's interesting, but whatever. But she has done it multiple times now. And again, last night on Seth Meyers, she said he's 6'6", which maybe he is. Either Taylor Swift is wrong or every single football stats page is wrong. Every single other website, including the NFL. All of them say.
Okay, now is there a big difference? Like, I'm thinking she's about to pull receipts and it's going to show that the man is 5'4". Girl, just say you don't like Taylor Swift to get the fuck up off my timeline. Why is she acting like it's a vast difference? Okay, she says 6'6". He ends up being 6'5". I really thought she's about to pull receipts that's going to show that he was only 6 foot. Girl. Thought you was talking about something. Get your ass out of here.
For some reason, I ended up on the side of TikTok where the Swifties are reviewing The Life of a Showgirl. For one, y'all funny as hell. And for two, I'm definitely listening now. So before I get into my live reaction to some of these songs, here's what I've been seeing y'all say that has me on the floor. It sounds like Christian rock with the hint of Christmas core. It's definitely a no-skip Old Navy album. And I just know y'all lying, because first of all, ain't no way Taylor is giving that with artwork like this. You know what I'm saying? Because she's eating with this artwork. Ain't no way she giving what y'all saying. One girl in the video looked over at her friend and said, "Do you think Taylor's rage baiting us?" So let's get into this album. Now, disclaimer here. My favorite Taylor Swift album.
He got music in the background, so I don't want him to play too long.
Bro, are y'all on the side of TikTok where the Swifties are frying the fuck out of Taylor Swift? Like, they is going crazy on this lady over there. And then they putting like bland chicken in a bowl memes in the comments. Like, it is going correct. They is frying the fuck out of this lady. They is upset. Bro.
Y'all.
Swift really said, "You are not getting any merch until we reach 4 million, you losers." Out of nowhere, we have a brand new digital variant of The Life of a Showgirl that is for US only. And it has all of the voice memos, including a brand new one for eldest daughter. So that's 2 voice memos for The Life of a Showgirl, 1 for The Fate of Ophelia, father figure, honey, canceled, and like I said, eldest daughter now. Everybody wants merch, but Taylor and her team literally want this 4 million. Which at this point is more of a meme than anything. So, if you were not able to get any of the voice memo editions from the rest of this week, here is your chance to get it all in one. I'm sorry, I have to laugh because it's so funny. It's a big problem and I don't agree with it, but it's so funny at this point, I have to laugh. Also, randomly, there's now a digital version of the anthology. I don't even know what to say about this, guys. I just have to laugh.
You know what? One thing about Taylor Swift that I've always noticed is that she does like a lot of little sneaky stuff to get her album sales, even to like the next level. She'll drop the same album, but with like different album covers, certain merches. And it's like nobody really calls her out on it. But when it's done in hip hop, it's an issue. Like the whole bundle situation. But Taylor Swift does a lot of little sly stuff for her sales as well. So I'm glad he's calling this out. So, child, there's a lot going on here on TikTok. Yeah, she does a lot of little sly stuff and she seems to get away with it. But they don't call her out when she does it. So, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. Okay? So good luck to say. I guess I would just listen to the songs that are controversial. So maybe I'll go. I'm not going to listen to the whole album. I don't care enough to. I'll listen to the songs that are controversial. But, again, people are not playing with their money. It's like you got to give the fans what they want. Treat the fans right. That's why Doja Cat is struggling right now because a lot of her fans, bitch, the North remembers. Okay, my Game of Thrones voice, the North does not forget. And you can't shit on your fans and you want these same said fans to go support you when you drop. So it's going to be interesting. But you guys, I've been on here for dang near 3 hours. This has been a wonderful stream. It's gone by so fast. So thank you guys for joining me. Tomorrow is Friday. We will have a Zoom meeting. Discorders tomorrow. We'll definitely catch up and just do a get it off your chest meeting. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then I know somebody has sent an email. They were asking for the deep dives. If you are on the YouTube membership or Patreon, you just have to scroll down. But I will go ahead and repost the links to the deep dives. So it might be a lot further down. I don't know. So I'll repost the links to the deep dives tonight. You have to go onto the YouTube membership page on my channel. And that is how you will see the links to the deep dives. Same thing on Patreon. I'll post the links as well because somebody was asking that they didn't have access to it. But you normally just have to scroll down and you'll see them. But I'll repost it again tonight before I go to bed. So thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you all for the super chats. I really appreciate the love and support. So I'll see you guys again soon. Everybody have a good evening. Bye, you guys. Love y'all.